Stage is set here. Day 2 prelims at the 2021 NXL Windy City Major. Matty Marshall alongside Rich Telford. It was a crazy day yesterday. If you missed out,
no, it was crazy, Matt. It was crazy.
Oh man, Level beat Impact. There was a couple upsets.
No, obviously, Level didn't beat Impact, but it was a crazy day.
We're going to see them this afternoon, see if Level can do it again today. But right now, it's going to be Aftermath taking on AC Dallas and X Factor taking on DMG. Jumping into this first point here from the red side. See if Aftermath can have a little bit more aggression here today, Rich.
Yeah, they look like it, Matt. They're going 50 snake on the break, getting up there before AC Dallas, giving them an advantage here in this first point. And the one knock, the one criticism on Aftermath has been that they tend to play a little defensively. You know, one of those squads came over from DMG. DMG known as one of the more conservative, kind of defensive teams. Aftermath going forward, getting 2 there.
Well, Aftermath definitely did not play conservative here in this first point. I mean, they are running reckless here on the snake side, flooding bodies through exactly how you're supposed to do it. We'll see if AC Dallas can clock in here, play a little defense, as there goes a desperation tactical retreat here from Lukau as he gets actually all the way back to that back center, try to stop the bleeding here on the snake side.
I think it's 4-on-2 though, Matty. Aftermath in pretty good control here. Lock on the back center there for AC Dallas, but AC Dallas got 1 in Drio, 1 inside, but Aftermath with 4 players left alive, 2 on the Drio side, 2 over here on the snake side. Lockout getting caught going outside, 4-on-1 now. Oh, nope. He catches 1, so 2-on-1.
Thomas Kim did just get clipped there, and they also lost another body with keys. But other than that, I mean, and those were at the very end, so would like to see those guys not die. But still, overall, a real good look here in the first point for Aftermath.
And very different than the look yesterday, right?
Well, and that's what I'm saying. This is what we want to see. You know, look, I had a long talk with him in this morning, and you know, multiple guys coming up. We all had interesting conversations, but
I love those conversations before and after the matches, and you just pick people's brains, and sometimes you just get the best little jewels. Sorry to interrupt, man.
No, it's all good, but no, he said, look, Aftermath has been known since its incarnation for aggressive paintball. We are going to be playing aggressive paintball. Obviously disappointed in the little defense they were showing. We were starting to see that at the last event, so it was a little disappointing yesterday, but they did go 1-1, so it was not disaster yesterday for them. But this was a really good look. They definitely, like as we were talking with all the different captains and pros down there, the memo is out. The snake is potent. You have to play offense. Look, look what Level did yesterday. So right now, stepping into this first point here is Sacramento DMG and San Antonio X Factor. DMG went 0-2 yesterday, and X Factor went 1-1.
And in that conversation with Mike Hibben had a really good point about what Level did really, really well yesterday, and a lot of teams can learn from that. X Factor dropping 2 early this first point, Matty, is Level did not pump the brakes. When they went up a couple points on Impact, a lot of teams, you know, go back and start playing defense. Like, hey, let's just play smart paintball. Let's not make any mistakes, blah, 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 blah. But Level didn't do that. Just kept applying the gas and basically trying to make their game plan work and forcing Impact to stop them doing what they were doing.
Look at this battle here in the middle of the field, and the run-through from Boyum takes out Archie Montemayor. So that's a nice job. Anytime you get Archie off the field, that's a good move.
100%.
And but I like the aggression we're seeing here out of DMG but Billy Bernaccia floods his body here towards the snake side.
Well, I like DMG's look on the snake way better today, Matt. They've got 3 guys over here, right? They've already had 1 go through. Now they've got Gerber there in the 50, and they've got Billy now trying to push down the tape, and Shane Howe catches him. So,
well, and Gerber did a really good job here of staying alive with the attack of Billy Bernaccia. So now Gerber past the 50-yard line. He's trying to look across the field and count bodies as there's no one in front of him, but it has been a bit chaotic here on this layout. So, as always, it's very difficult to keep the count.
Yeah, I think it's a 3-on-1, Matty. Just Meter over there in the corner wheeling and dealing right now. Doing his best to stem the tide.
So Meter, nothing really he could do in that situation, and that's a really solid look here for DMG, who, Rich, back to the wall right now, losing their 2 games. They have to go 2-0 today to go 2-2 total for the prelims, and preferably with high margins to have any chance to make it Sunday. Yeah,
that was a real good first point there for DMG. They played a little defensively yesterday, but they played offensively there. They committed 3 guys to the snake side. The first guy goes through. Billy Bernaccia tries to cancel that up by coming through to get Gerber, but Shane's in position, catches Gerber on the 50 there, and then 2 of those guys push through the tape. Really good first point for DMG.
DMG was able to keep their margin pretty close. So it was a negative 2 with AC Dallas and then -1 with Aftermath. So they're sitting at 0-2 with a -3. But if they, like I said, win a couple games today and win with some decent margins, they still should be able to make Sunday.
At least give yourself a chance, right?
So on the breakout here, and it looks like AC Dallas is going to go right to the snake again, and Aftermath's going to be losing Thomas Kim, who's the best guy on the team. And so it's going to be 2 bodies coming off right now, actually, for AC Dallas. So just 3 players left alive. Some good gunfights here for San Diego Aftermath.
Yeah, Morales and the Snake for AC Dallas, looking down the tape. Wants to go forward and get into that 50. He's wrapping. So he can put some pressure on the guy in the 50 in front of him. AC Dallas making a big move on drift side, Matty.
But here comes Hallberg. So Hallberg running a racket on this Snake side after not feeling any pressure. There's still 1 body left alive, though, on this D side. Oh, did he get it? I don't think. Oh, so Hallberg's still alive. Hallberg just hit the buzzer. Oh, the towel thrown. So that one got interesting here, Rich, because AC Dallas blew open the D side as Hallberg was blowing open the Snake side. But Hallberg stopped right by the buzzer and then almost gunned up to shoot. Can see who that was. Might have been Chavez on that the D side for AC Dallas instead of just hitting the buzzer. But the point was conceded. So I think that point went to Aftermath. Yeah. So right now, Sacramento DMG and San Antonio X Factor going to be playing their second point. We'll see. Looks like the new guy, Bowles, is coming out to play. Anthony Michael Bowles getting picked up. Also, Sean Salcedo got picked up, coming over from AC Diesel.
And looking good yesterday.
He did, yeah. Both those guys got some spins. Sean, I think Sean's been playing this game for a long time.
For sure.
He's a great paintball player. And X Factor needed a little bit more depth. No Colt Roberts here, and 2 guys banged up. So Ryan Brand and leadership deciding that, hey, they needed a couple more bodies, and they got some good ones. So right now,
Rainey taking the walk early, Matty.
Rainey taking the walk, but good zone control here on the Snake side for X Factor. But they're going to lose Billy, and he's going to get a penalty. That pulls out Archie. Frustrating turn of events here for X Factor, but this is a big window of opportunity for Sacramento DMG to take a 2-point lead as they're coasting down the Snake side right now, but trying to turn the tables. We got another situation where X Factor's trying to blow open the D side while the Snake side's getting blown open here for DMG. Oh, but he gets clipped out. Right? Meter saved it. Meter keeping his head on a swivel.
Yeah, the one guy lied the last 2 points.
And that is
that clump walking off to 3 X Factor guys walking off together.
Yeah, but it didn't matter because Meter was still alive, and then they also had Bowles over there. So yeah, Anthony's going to go in and hit that buzzer.
Kind of a fast bloodbath of a point there.
Yeah, if you're just joining us, thank you guys so much for joining us here at the Windy City Major. This has been an aggressive field. Jason Trozen's been pumping out nothing but really aggressive fields for the past couple seasons. Thank you, Jason, for not making it boring for us to either play or watch. But this field is riddled with bounce shots, and it gets very, very chaotic very quickly, as we just saw.
Yeah, and I don't think the bounce shots are taking as big effect as they could be because the points are so fast, Matt. If these were some long, slow points, I feel like those bounce shots would be in use a lot more, and people kind of pushing each other out and getting dinked around some. But people just aren't staying.
So Aftermath with a 2-point lead, looking much better. Again, they went 1-1 yesterday. It wasn't a disastrous day for them, but they just didn't seem to have any consistent offensive punch, and that's always going to be an issue if you're a team like Aftermath that wants to make a run. I mean, this is a team that Mike's building to win paintball events.
Yeah, and what I really like is just such a different look from them today, Matty. So much more aggressive. Snake on the break every point and going through it and winning that snake battle for the first 2 points and winning those 2 points based on winning that snake battle.
Yeah, and that was the talk we were having down there amongst different guys is that the memo's out. If you didn't get the email yesterday, the email is you need a body in the 50 snake. And if you lose a body on the snake side, you have to filter bodies this way. Obviously, of course, you can win points from the D side, and we saw some big moves, particularly from Blake Yarber. We're seeing one right now up the middle of the field with Thomas Kim. So here comes Thomas Kim. He's past the 50. The body's coming off for AC Dallas left and right. See the player here at the 50 snake, but that's just such a fortress. If that guy plays smart, you got to basically bunker him out of there.
It's Mason, yeah. Mason goes forward, trying to make things happen, but tough to pull off a 4-on-1. Hey, if you find Rich Telford's phone anywhere this morning, please let him know. He might have left in the porta potty earlier, and it's not there now. So, hi, if you find Rich Telford's phone, please let us know over the Ghost Boys booth. Greatly appreciate that.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, I'll keep an eye out for it.
Thanks, buddy.
It's a black iPhone, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
A black leather case with my ID, and it's very easy to find and very hard to fly home without.
Jesus, I'm sorry, bud.
It's okay. It's going to be an amazing day of paintball one way or the
I
other.
saw you looking like slightly frantic, but for losing your phone, which is, that's I'm actually keeping it together pretty good.
Yeah. Well, I'm peeing on myself right now as we speak, but from the waist up, I look very calm, cool, and collected. Thank you.
That's why you're standing up.
That's right.
You don't want it to puddle in the chair.
Man, I'm really happy with how much better Aftermath looks this morning, man. Big turnaround. They went home, watched the film, and like, hey, man, we can play this field way more aggressively.
Yeah, and this is definitely what was off. Oh, so we found it. Okay, so crisis solved.
Thank you, Darren. or whoever found that. I appreciate that.
Yeah. The Iceman figured it out. Our producer.
I mean, I was gonna love living here in Chicago, but the wife and the kids.
It gets
not
really
gonna be
nice
happy.
in the winter here.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Deliver not to really wide run out to that snake. One gets in there, looks inside, Maddie. Oh no. Damn. DMG drawing a penalty, Maddie. Losing one on the break, losing 2 more off the penalty. Hal bouncing in the center there. DMG just did 2 players alive against 5 X Factor players, Maddie. This is gonna be a tough point for them to pull off.
Yeah, X Factor is in real good spots. They're in D2 already in Snake 1 with the count the way it is and how safe they are. Now they get a body here with Billy and the Snake, or is that Sean?
And what I like right now, Matt, is I'm looking across the field, and every single one of the X Factor guys that had their gun up and was shooting their gun. Like it's a 5-on-3, but they're all just putting tons of pressure on the DMG player.
Yeah, Sean Salcedo here getting to the 50 and wrap around. This is just a perfect point so far here for X Factor. Jesse Stevens is going to go hunting on the D side. He's past the 50 as well, too. It's not looking good for DMG.
I like it when Jesse's hunting.
Poor Dylan Boyum over there just gets run down by Jesse Stevens to clear things out. So Dylan
Salcedo goes through.
Boyum had a real good day yesterday, but just losing too many bodies currently here off the break is X Factor. And that was another big story about yesterday was how crazy the breaks were. Lots
on
of the
this
top
field,
teams,
more
yes.
than any other field, man. If you lose that breakout, I don't care how good you are, it's going to be really tough for you to win those points.
Yeah, the top teams were just obliterating people off the break. I mean, Houston Heat basically was playing 5-on-4, 5-on-3 almost every single point.
And it's easy to look good, right, when you're 20% or 40% advantage every point.
Yes, it definitely is. Especially with that roster that they have. So
now, if you're winning those breakouts and you're not winning those points, then you got to look at it.
Aftermath coming back out for this one. What a better look for them today.
So happy.
Just so aggressive, so clean looking, just very methodical.
And just to me, it looks like just a tiny difference. Like, hey, we're going to go take the 50 snake first, shoot a couple guys, and have another guy to fill that. Like, that's small a difference, and all of a sudden they're up by 3 points.
There's Thomas Kim. And looks like Erickson. They got Barrett and Hallberg. Hallberg and Kim both have the long black hair. There's Troy Erickson, number 10, who's been pretty versatile. You know, this isn't a really super. It's not a super strong center. He's typically a center player, so they put him in different spots. But he's been pretty effective out there.
Yeah, he's been getting up there and locking the snake down, right?
Yeah, and he has really. I really like Troy's survivability. He's alive way more often than he's not, and it looks like the first body to drop is going to be this time for San Diego Aftermath from that D side. I think that's Pinky taking the walk. So see if AC Dallas now down by 3 can make something happen here. They get a shot on Hallberg too.
5-on-3 advantage here for AC Dallas, Matty. AC Dallas was kind of a conservative breakout. They've been attacking more. Looks like they're holding back, playing the pocket a little bit more. They've got one outside snake.
With Chavez and Dyer and Mason, I thought those guys were pushing the issue yesterday.
I did too, yeah.
They just need a little more, right? Just like maybe one more guy, just a little, 10, 20% more aggression. Oh, player hit on his arm, or did it bounce over there in the can?
Yeah, watch when he loads. Watch his forearm. See if one of the rest picks up on that or not. No. Oh, Aftermath dropped another player, Matty. 2-on-5 advantage here for AC Dallas as they fill into the snake, fill out to the snake corner.
And now moving past the 50 on the D side.
Yeah, it's gonna be
also
3-1
here
with about 11 minutes, Matt.
on the snake side. So that was a pretty piece of cake point here for AC Dallas, making it look pretty easy. Shot that first body on the D side, and then Hallberg off the snake side.
Won the breakout, shot another guy quickly.
Stayed alive.
3-on-5. Yep, good solid paintball. Contained those guys in the middle. They tried to get outside. They got caught. Just good, basic one-on-one paintball, man.
Got keeping it close here with 10:53 on the clock. We saw some comebacks yesterday. San Diego Dynasty went down 4-0.
I use those guys as
the Ironman.
so
4-0, and then they scored 7 unanswered points.
And but they illustrated so well, Matty, how important it is to make those adjustments, right? You can't just go out and ride the same game plan if it's not working. In my opinion, maybe you don't ride it. You don't wait 4 points to make those adjustments, but sure, you make those adjustments, and then it was up to Diesel to make the next adjustment when Dynasty started playing pocket. Battling back 7 points in a row, Diesel should have figured out, hey, we got to stop Blake. We got to get outside the pocket before they get outside the pocket, but they weren't able to make the adjustment. So it's a great match to learn from if you're up-and-coming teams.
Yeah, 100%. It was quite the masterful performance from San Diego Dynasty, who went undefeated yesterday. Sorry, it's AC Diesel, not Ironman. They went up by down by 4 to AC Diesel, but they also beat the Ironman as well. It's a great day for them.
One on the break. Like 5 alive for both teams, Matt. Oh, nope. Looks like one DMG player, one X Factor now player eliminated.
Yeah, it looks like Bull's coming off again here for San Antonio X Factor.
Yeah.
Shane Howell, the ageless assassin here at the 50-yard line.
Yeah, it looks inside, puts pressure across on Archie in that cake there. DMG dropped another player, Maddie. Oh, LJ. No, not LJ. Sorry, who's that? Taking the walk over there?
Danner, TJ Danner.
Yeah, TJ Danner taking the walk. So 3-on-3, I think, Maddie, as DMG attacks on the Drio side of the field. Shane Howe putting pressure here from this. Oh, it's that kill right there.
Montemayor.
Huge kill.
Montemayor's back and forth here at that in D1.
Yeah, 2-on-2 now, Maddie.
Yeah, 2-on-2. Billy Bernacci also alive. Much better field position currently because Montemayor is out wide on that D side. So Shane Howe definitely needs to keep looking that way, and he actually switches off and looks towards the snake side. And then that means that poor Marvin Gerber just got completely diced up here by Montemayor as he shreds through and then takes out Hal as well. So nice job at Archie Montemayor to get a 2-pack here to finish things off for San Antonio X Factor. In this point, it's going to be 3-1 now.
Yeah, Gerber's got to be doing a better job of controlling that tape, protecting Shane, but also engaging. You can't just let Archie go all the way down the tape and just shoot in the back like that. Got to play the whole field, man.
Well, and also, unfortunately for Shane, there are a couple lanes, couple small gaps he can shoot. It's gonna be very difficult. It doesn't even matter who it is, especially if it's Archie. But he checked off and looked on the snake side just as Archie was starting to make his move. So it was well timed by Archie.
When he got there first, Archie was still back in that cake that everybody gets shot out of, but then just didn't put enough pressure on him.
So let's check out this replay. So here's Archie. Archie goes into snake 1 as the point was actually a 3-pack, it looks like. So Archie rolls out, dices that guy up, and then here he comes through, shoots Gerber, and then gets the 3rd kill here, at least 3, on Shane Howell. So Archie Montemayor putting the team on his back in that point as the chaos set in, but that is this type of field. The intelligent, elite players out here that can read the variables and make the quicker reactions are probably going to be the guys that are going to lead their team to victory on Sunday afternoon.
Can't argue that, man.
And that's paintball, right? That's what it's supposed to be.
I do like on this field, though, something we talked about a little bit yesterday, Maddie, was how important the closers were in this field, right? With these chaotic breakouts.
Oh, yeah, super chaotic breakouts.
AC Dallas losing their first player on the Dorito side of the field. Aftermath also losing player, Maddie, so it's 4-on-4. Both teams just won the stake. Oh, Aftermath drops another player. So 3-on-4 advantage here. AC Dallas down by 2 points. 10:32 left in this match as both teams crawl into the 50 snake.
Yeah, Hallberg getting to the 50-yard line. AC Dallas is there as well. Let's see who's going to be the first to go. We've seen a lot of trades in this situation. Lots of trades typically when this happens, but AC Dallas is going to be losing his body right behind him, so they are going to trade. But now with the other death for AC Dallas, that's going to allow the Barrett to get here into the snake. Oh, but that move gets mirrored up by AC.
I love the way that both of these teams are just flooding bodies to this snake, Maddie, because honestly, that's what you got to do, man. It's a battle of attrition. If you just put one guy against their 2 or 3 guys, most points you're not going to win. It's just math, Matt. It's just math. I don't want to make this too complicated for you because I know things are moving pretty quickly out here. There's a lot of moving
I appreciate
parts.
That. Well, it looks like Keys almost got clipped as he tried to get out here with Barrett. Barrett needs to get in his snake.
It kind of stacked himself up, right, Matt? Instead of spreading the field the other way.
Look at this, though. Move being made on the top of the screen and down that D side. Yeah, Lukau tried to make something happen, but he ended up getting taken out.
So it was a 2-on-1, Matty, wasn't it? I mean, it was a 2-on-2, now it's a 2-on-1, Matt. Is that correct?
Yeah, it should be a 2-on-2, Barrett and Keys. That is a tough death. I don't think that might have been Keys getting that crossfield kill. I don't see another body out on the D side currently. Barrett gets taken out. It's going to see a minor penalty.
Oh, well, but he shot that guy, so it shouldn't really be a minor. It should be a major, right? He shot the last guy.
He did shoot somebody.
Not trying to tell referee how to referee.
But that is going to make it into a no point, which is definitely to benefit Aftermath, even though obviously that's one they would want back.
Yeah, I thought that if the last player got pulled on a penalty, you got a point, but I guess not. That's just old days. This is old days.
Yeah, again, that's definitely Aftermath. They're going to want that back, of course, because they did get the penalty and they did shoot that last body. So the score in their mind should be 4-1. So it's AC Dallas keeping it close or getting it kept close because of that the Barrett penalty.
The Barrett move. We call it the Barrett, you know.
The Barrett.
DMG X Factor.
Yeah, he's going to be really happy you're naming penalties after.
Just got to keep the love. Come on, Billy Bernacci. Let's see old school Billy Bernacci. Let's beat him to that 50 snake.
Oh, Billy.
2 steps out.
No, no, it's
It's on the
Sean
dome.
Salcedo.
Oh,
Billy's still alive. He's at the tower.
Nice. Yeah, they've been playing him inside kind of the defensive position, I think, so he can be the second guy going through the snake, Matty, you know?
Which he did well yesterday.
Yeah, for sure. Wherever he goes, he's going to figure out how to make something happen, right? That's his job. X Factor 4 players, Dorito 1, Dorito Can, Snake, Tower, and back center with Rainey.
I'll tell you what, the more points we get Billy Bernacchi at a stand-up, the longer we're going to be able to see Billy Bernacchi play paintball.
That's right. He could be the next Shane Howe if he plays it right. If he plays it right.
He does. That's his saying has been, he's the snake Gronk, and he's going to be snake till I break, is his quote. And he scurries out to the nice little move to get a little outside, but DMG's already there. See, at the 50-yard line here on your screen.
Yeah, they did a terrible job of containing, though, Billy. I mean, Matty, they let Billy go all the way back to the can, out to the corner. Now Ford and Snake 1, if they'd have caught or shot any of those gaps, he'd be dead. They'd be one more body up and have position.
Well, good crossfield spread now after a couple moves from Billy Bernacchi to get out wide. Mirrored up with, I think that's Hal Vanta in Snake 1. But DMG has this 50-yard line on the Snake side, so this is definitely going to help their comeback chances if Spielman can stay alive. Ooh, and he gets the inside shot there. Beautiful job by Spielman.
Yeah, Jesse Stevens got to watch out.
Spiegelman, sorry, Spiegelman. Oh, but he's about to get run down here as Billy comes over and almost stabs him in the top of the head with his barrel. And does Billy stay alive? No, it looks like he had to sacrifice his body, but he had to make that move. Penalty going to be assessed, though, on Hal Vanta, which pulls out Boyum.
I think that was on, Shane Howe.
Oh, was it?
Snake, yeah.
No, that was, Shane Howe was in the Snake. That was Hal Vanta. Hal Vanta's like twice Shane's size.
You're right. Sorry. Rainey stays with the Snake. 1-on-1 match, 2-on-1, X Factor.
Yeah, Jesse Stevens
here
still
comes
alive.
another flag because DMG's talking. Boyum, I think, just cost him another flag, Matty.
Oh, man, you got to keep your wits
Rainey's
going. And then Rainey, he turns around.
Stirring the cake. Stirring the
Rainey is really good at that.
Oh,
though.
dude. Remember the face bump? Just getting in.
Yeah, I'm not going to call it a headbutt because it wasn't. It was more of like a face bump.
Yeah.
And then that put Mouse in paintball prison.
We call that a lens tap. Rainey bouncing off there, feeling a little bit extra good.
Yeah, so I think that was Boyum just getting a little chippy out there with the ref. Let's check out this replay here.
Great move coming in here.
So Spiegelman passed the 50-yard line and then just gets dunked on here by Billy Bernacchi. Billy almost stabs him in the top of the head with his barrel. That guy had to die, so that's a good move from Billy. You can see it from our eye in the sky as our eye in the sky was flying over. Great move by. That's why we love Billy Bernacchi, man. He's a very charismatic player and always seems to be making the right move at the right time. And that really kind of opened things up for them. Then they get the penalty on Howe, another penalty on Boyum.
They kind of forced him to make those mistakes, right?
Yeah. But it all started with that big move for Billy, and he made multiple moves to put himself to get in position.
He went from the tower back to the can to the corner of the Snake 1 in order to launch. Here we go, Aftermath back with what was working for him the first few points. Snake 50 on the break, inset box to play defensively, and 1 deep in the corner to be the second or third guy through the Snake, Matty. Both teams are playing the 50 now. AC Dallas getting there a little slower. Allowing Aftermath to kind of get in and get set up. Oh, Aftermath looks inside, gets the first kill right there, Matty.
Yeah, first kill, and then it looks like, Hallberg might be getting a penalty. Yeah, that's going to be a penalty. Hallberg got shot in the hopper. He's going to get a major penalty.
That's legit. Yeah.
That's about as textbook as it gets.
Yeah.
As far as penalties are concerned.
So that's going to help AC Dallas. It's going to give him another point. So if they'd won that last point, this would be a 3-3 point right now, but it's now going to be 2-3 with 8 minutes left.
But this is good to see for AC Dallas.
Yeah.
They went down 3, and they went down 3 fast, and it did not look good. But they stayed composed, and instead of getting down, they got up. And now they're keeping this in to be a game here. 3-2 is going to be the score with a decent amount of time on the clock.
We're seeing lots of good stories out here. Lots of different teams, ups and downs. Like we were talking about this morning with a few different people. Like some of the teams that haven't looked good in the past all of a sudden are looking amazing. Some of the teams that we expected to play pretty well are playing pretty bad. It's just a tale of a bunch of different teams at a bunch of different places in their progression.
So let's check out and get a look here at this textbook major penalty. So you're going to see Hallberg.
This is how not.
Hallberg gets shot in his loader and right in front of 3 referees. It's right there. So he gets shot in his loader and then just decides to come right around.
And he already shot the guy. I think Hallberg got him with his first shot, Matt, but didn't know, so went back again to try to make sure he got him.
Yeah.
The referee's like, wait a minute, did I just see that?
Okay, well, yeah, sorry, bud, but gotta have to give you a major.
Yeah, nothing I can do about that.
You did this to yourself.
You put yourself in prison.
It hurts me as much as it hurts you.
It may hurt me more because I had to watch it happen.
3 points separate San Antonio X Factor and Sacramento DMG. And DMG can't lose this game, Rich.
They can't, but they don't. You know, they're down by 3 points here, Matt. But they don't look terrible. You know, they've been in each one of these points.
Yeah, and they had 2 close losses yesterday. I mean, DMG's not there yet, but the team individually, man to man, they're slowly but surely getting better. They did not have a good look in Sacramento, so I couldn't say about that. Say that about them at that event. But you know what? Man for man, Gerber's improved. Boyums have improved. Hal Vanta is always looking for big run-throughs in the center. Like him to get less penalties. And Shane Howell has looked as good as he ever has. So you know, it's there. It's just they need a little bit more time.
Yep. And you know, I talked to them. They have good attitudes. You know, they know where they're at in the team. They know what they're doing. They know they have challenges ahead of them, but they're not. You know, they're ready to face those challenges. Oh, Shane Howell getting dinked out of there, Matty. He's got to stay alive in that situation. Oh, and Gerber taking the walk as well. Rainey Stazak filling the snake corner for X Factor, backing up Billy Bernaccia. Billy Bernaccia in the snake 2, looking inside. Good shot of Boyles there, releasing and going to the Dorito 50, looking inside. He's got a great shot on the snake 50, across the field. He's watching over Billy Bernaccia, kind of protecting him a little bit. DMG's got 1 player in the Dorito corner, Matty, and 1 player in snake 1. They're down by 3 points here with 7 minutes against 4 or 5 X Factor players. Might want to think about conceding this point. Maybe not.
Yeah, possibly.
Maybe they're just supremely confident. Oh, as I say that, Boyles gets peeled off from that left 50. But Archie with a great little fill out there. Gets to Dorito 1. He's probably going to wrap and go forward into that 50. Very hard to keep anybody from going down this.
Yeah, well, Billy Bernaccia is just handling business here in the snake. Trades out. Rainey's right behind him. And yeah, I mean, Archie's been real good on filling out once Bowles has died over there on that D side.
Yep.
I can see Bowles' survivability tick up slightly here in this match.
Yeah, the hard part and the hard work is getting to that 50. Once you get there, you really have to just own that and stay alive as long as you can and produce your kills out of there and not make any mistakes once you get there. You know, you can kind of afford to make some mistakes getting up there. Once you get there, you got to make it pay, man, because you don't get up there all the time, right?
Yeah.
You're working 5-6 points sometimes just to get up there 1 or 2 points. So the 1 or 2 points that you get up there, you really have to execute. AC Dallas coming back. Ready to play their next point against San Diego Aftermath. 1 point game here, very close. Aftermath came out super strong, scoring the first 3 points through the offense of Hallberg and Kim over here on the snake side.
Yeah, and then now just grinding their gears again.
So in my opinion, what happened was the last 2 points, they kind of got shut down on that. They're losing their first snake attacker on the break and then just not putting their second and third guy in there. They're in position, but they're not going. Barrett's got in there, but not the third guy in there, right? Can't lose the offense when just because you lose a guy.
You're definitely right. And just because what is supposed to work is not working doesn't mean you go away from what is supposed to be working.
You just make small adjustments to try to execute it better, right?
Yeah, a la Dynasty yesterday.
Really good.
Or Level period throughout the 2 games they played.
The last 3 games they played.
Yeah, last 3 games.
Last 3 matches.
Level has beat Heat, Mercy ruled the Outlaws, and beat Impact in the last 3 games in major tournaments.
No big deal.
That's pretty sweet.
Aftermath dropping 1 on the break in this point here, Matty. 4-on-5 advantage here for AC Dallas. Really need to win this point to tie the matchup. Good little battle here between the Snake 2 and the 50 Snake. I like AC Dallas player going inside. It's way easier to make sure you trade out with a guy than to try to win a gunfight. AC Dallas has 3 people over here on the Snake side, and Aftermath only has 1. So now that they trade out, it'll be interesting to see who pushes into the Snake next. Joe Barrett releases from the corner, fills in at the same time as Mason fills in.
Yeah, Mason, though. Mason's been, I really like the secondary. Mason's good, man. He's a bigger guy. Well, taller. He's taller.
He's always in position, though. You know what I mean? Like, he's head over the bunker there, kind of watching, seeing what's going on.
He's always got his head on his swivel.
I agree,
he communicates really well. He's a good guy. He's a solid paintball player. He's making good moves.
I agree, man.
He also seems to be real close to his guys constantly, his first attackers. I mean, Mason can play paintball.
Yeah, and he doesn't get shot on his transitions. Lockout taking a walk from the center of the field. He was in that snake drill can that's so hard to survive in. Big bite over there now from the drill side. Aftermath goes all the way to 50, shoots cross.
Oh, yeah, that's just a beautiful move from Thomas Kim, though, as Thomas Kim dices up Mason. Mason had no idea that player was there. See if Thomas Kim can get another, I think, a little 3-pack here for Thomas Kim as he runs off the field and puts Aftermath on his back again. And, I mean, that was a pretty good point for Aftermath. Good point by Barrett. Hallberg able to get over there behind Thomas Kim.
Yeah, but if Thomas Kim doesn't make that move, Joe Barrett probably loses the 2-on-1 battle over here on Snake side.
Oh, totally.
And AC Dallas probably wins that point.
That's what I'm saying. Put a team on his back.
Actually, that's what I was saying, Matt.
No,
You were just
I
staring
said that you were
into
thinking
my
it.
eyes, looking lovingly
I
at
was
me.
not doing that. I was
You
actually
totally
looking
were.
at the field.
Yesterday,
That was just a fantasy that you had.
Yesterday, you caressed my hand, full-on caressed my hand. I got the guys in the booth.
Gesturing,
I got the guys in the booth to play it back.
gesturing,
It
and
was
then you put your hand
Okay.
in the way of my hand because you're a habitual line stepper.
90-10, bro.
So we see this move here, snake side. I think it's Unger coming through. Good to see Unger playing aggressively.
Yep.
Bunkers out. First body, then here comes Thomas Kim. As Thomas Kim comes through, he gets the crossfield shot. Look at that, through that gap right there. It's not a very big gap, but it's a real straight shot, and then comes through and just jousts with that last player over there. So
just trades out with him because he's already got his body.
At least a 2-pack, possible 3-pack there for Thomas Kim.
X Factor 5 across the back, knowing the snake. William getting shot. Shane Howe getting shot. Looks like Salcedo maybe got shot for X Factor. 4 on 2 advantage here for X Factor early in this first point, with only 2 DMG players left alive. One in the tall cake on the Drio side. Gerber over here in the snake can. Both of those guys in very vulnerable positions. Once X Factor decides to get into the snake and go forward. 4 on 1 now, Maddie. DMG might want to think about conceding this point.
You think. They have 6 minutes left. They're going to be down by 5 points now.
Yeah.
So DMG just can't seem to get it together enough to put these points on the board. X Factor looking like San Antonio X Factor now. X Factor not necessarily in a do-or-die situation like DMG is, because they did put 1 win on the board, but you know, X Factor did lose to Houston Heat, and they lost by a decent amount in that game. And the reason why X Factor had to play in the wild card match at the last event and ended up losing that match was because even though they went 3-1, they got blown out in that loss margin. Yeah, so X Factor knows that, and they're looking for a big win to counteract that big loss they took yesterday.
And we talk about different levels, right? So some teams are here and they're hoping to make Sunday, right? X Factor is here to win this tournament. They show up every event assuming and expecting to win the tournament. When they don't, they're devastated. So by losing a game in the prelims is huge to them, where for another team it's like, oh, hey, it's no big deal. Let's just shake it off.
Yeah, X Factor's playing with a chip on their shoulder currently.
For sure. Aftermath with 4 across the back, 1 in the snake. AC Dallas, 2 snake side. 1 going forward now, getting to the 50. If he looks inside, he can get the elimination on the Aftermath player that's stuck in the can on the trio side. He's easily eliminated from the 50 snake.
Yeah, Aftermath pushing the issue too. I like the intensity in the gunfights right now.
As we say that, Matt,
no, they're going to lose Keys.
Yeah, you cannot live in that can, and he shoots the corner as well.
And they lose Thomas Kim back there, so.
Oh, but AC Dallas drawing a penalty, Matty. AC Dallas drawing the penalty there, Matt. Wow.
Throwing it away. This is a close match. There's 5:43 to go. They're only down by 2. They just shoot a couple bodies and then get a penalty.
Yeah.
So AC Dallas just shooting themselves in the foot right now here in this potential comeback, and that's going to give the opportunity. I mean, they still have a body out there on the D side. Now making moves is Chavez, who played really good yesterday. I really like Chavez as well, too. When we talk about offensive threats on AC, Chavez is becoming one of those guys.
Yep.
And he just shoots another body, too. So Chavez, talk about putting the team on his back, looking pretty good right here. Got to be careful on that bounce shot, though.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's a 1-on-3, Matty. He got the 1, so now it's a 1-on-2.
Oh, you're saying he can't do it, Rich? Is that what you're trying to say?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's challenging being down by 2 points with 5 minutes left, being a young, up-and-coming player, playing a 3-on-1, shooting one of those 2, and then having those other 2 guys figure out that, oh, this is a 2-on-1, and we're up. All we have to do is shoot at his bunker.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you don't have faith. I get it. It's fine.
Now I feel bad.
You're just always so hard.
Now I feel like I owe him an apology. I'm like, all right, you know, you've been working hard. You deserve this.
Under 5 minutes to go.
Hey, they lost him, Matt. He's snuck into the little baby Dorito, and they don't know. Oh, luckily Hallberg picks him up. Man, if Hallberg had not picked him up there.
Barrett kind of getting pushed around a little bit here in this gunfight because he doesn't want to give up his body, and that's actually pretty smart. But Chavez is now all the way onto TMG's side of the field. Or sorry, Aftermath's side of the field.
Yeah, I'm surprised Hallberg hasn't just released and hit the buzzer.
Yeah, Barrett can watch the buzzer. Hallberg, just go and hit the buzzer. That doesn't matter. Barrett finally got the shot in on him. So, hard fought there from Chavez. He got 1. He was in a 1-on-3 tough spot and gun fought his way up the field. But, hey, you know, intelligent play by Barrett. Barrett just tucked in, played very carefully. No need to ride the reckless edge of gunfighting when you're in a 2-on-1 situation.
Up points.
In fact, if you're getting shot at, you're not really supposed to engage in that situation.
On me. He's shooting at me.
30 seconds.
Yeah, just a little word for the wise. When you're in a high body situation, if there's just 1 body left alive, particularly, and you have 2 or 3 guys left and you are being shot at, tuck in and start screaming on me. And what side of the bunker he's shooting from, too, if you know. Because then, if you're the other guy who's not being shot at, probably should be making a move.
10 seconds.
It's pretty...
Jesus. It sounds so simple.
It's a simple equation.
It sounds so simple, Matt, and yet so challenging. Here we go. 6-1, man. DMG's got to do something differently. They haven't looked terrible in the beginning of this match, but it's definitely starting to get away from them. They do shoot Rainey on the break, but they also lose one. They're attacking to the 50. DMG attacks to the 53 early. He's rapping, putting pressure. I haven't seen him kill anybody yet. He might catch Jesse Stevens.
They shoot Leader, they shoot Billy, and here comes Archie, who's been all over the place here for X Factor. He's now running into the snake, clean.
Yeah, cross shooting, and he gets the kill cross field into that 50. Halvance is in the snake for DMG, but he's in the back of the snake. He needs to go for it and bunker Archie out if he wants to try to win this point. It's a 2-on-2, I believe, Maddie, with Alex trying to fill from back center over to the Drio side. Halvanta over here on the snake side. Also has another play on the Drio side.
Halvanta comes through and bunkers out Archie, running through the highway. Does Archie stay alive? Nope, he's going to get pulled out.
Bang, bang.
But it looks like as that was going down, Jesse Stevens was able to get a kill over there on the D side, and he's going to be the last player left alive in the chaos.
No, I think Alex is alive out there too, man.
Oh yeah, there's Alex in the back center.
Sneaky, sneaky.
Hey, Alex, MVP, I felt, of the All-Star game that we played.
Hell yeah.
I mean, he played every single one. He was alive there with us every time. He still can play, man. There's the reason why X Factor exists is that man on your screen right there.
Big props. One of the best guys in paintball right there.
So X Factor, very few flaws in their game currently in this match. Yesterday, if you just joined us,
30 seconds.
had a real big loss to Houston Heat, and that means they have to have a real big win today. They are currently doing that against DMG. They put up some numbers against Aftermath, so they're looking pretty good here. They're going to be playing AC Dallas for their last game, but I mean, there's just no way. They're going to be advancing to Sunday. Now the question is going to be for X Factor, since they've had a little bit of a rough go on Sundays.
What adjustments they made?
Not winning. We'll see if they can go deep again, because they're sitting at it was a 7th and a 9th place.
Well, and Maddie, I think they gave themselves more of a chance to go deep by bringing in those new players, right? So that they're not just wearing out Billy Bernaccia,
Archie,
just
Rainey.
wearing those same guys out, point in and point out. They're going to hopefully get to Sunday and have some gas left in the tank. Aftermath losing their first attacker on the Drio side of the field, Matt, and also their first attacker snake side. So 5-on-3 advantage here for AC Dallas as they attack on both tapes.
Yeah, AC Dallas still has 4 minutes to work with. They're only down by 3 points. They're dicing up Aftermath players right now. But here comes Hallberg as Hallberg runs through to try to stop the bleeding slightly. 2 bodies come off from that move from Hallberg, but too many bodies have dropped. The D side, excellent here in this one for AC Dallas as Lugau's going to go in and hit that buzzer.
2-point game with 3:30 left. AC's making it interesting.
Well, this has been what I've enjoyed watching from this rebuilt roster for AC Dallas. They're mentally tough. You know, when they're getting beat up, they don't get down.
They're from Texas, bro.
I know. I'm aware. They're from Texas, from the mecca of paintball. Again, it just hurts my California soul to say it every time, but you gotta.
That's why I keep saying it, just so I can punish all of us Californians, because we had it and we gave it up.
Yeah, I do like what they're doing. Victory Paintball Park is really, a lot of guys are starting to go down there to practice. It's the home field for Dynasty and Aftermath, and I mean, can't take away from Texas yet, because there's just so many good teams and divisional teams too. Like every single time.
Yeah, they're deep.
When we get Sunday afternoon,
US XBL.
there's always going to be, and the Floridians are probably just up in arms right now. Like, no, we're going to be the mecca of paintball. We're the mecca of paintball. And then Florida's on the rise again. There's
I feel like
a lot of good divisional teams.
Texas, Florida, California, kind of on similar, like in the next tier, and then.
Oh, you mean where it doesn't snow?
Yeah, exactly.
Where you can play year round. Also, where all the baseball players come from. Yeah, it is nice to be able to play year round and not have to play indoor paintball in December or in January and February. But we keep seeing the rise of the divisional ranks from Texas. Florida's doing a great job down there too. Love the regional series that we got down there, MVPS. And then Southern California's on the rise again, though, I think. Or maybe that's just wishful thinking on my part.
Hoping. NorCal's about to make a rise. I think on the off-season, I'm going to find a spot and just do clinics all off-season for the NorCal Killers. Just get them all sharpened up.
Please do.
Savage them up.
Toughen them up there.
Yeah, we got some good fields.
Just do spool drills when it's 38 degrees
my,
out.
My fingers and head still hurt. I still have mushy spots on my head, and I still have lumps in my fingers for spool drills.
Yeah, I mean, I've broke both my hands before, so combining with all the paintball, it's not going to be fun when I get older.
Good times, good times. Honey, would you open this jar for me, please? Thanks. Thank you, sweetheart.
Now, when I get the jar, my wife gives it to me. She's like, could you open this jar but not give me any comments? Like, this is why you got a man
Can
around.
you do it and shut your mouth? Snake on the break for Aftermath. Looks like he gets in there clean. They secondary out behind him. AC Dallas losing their first attack on Snake side. Aftermath releasing to the tower on the Drew side, Matthew.
3:16 as Lukau going to be taking the walk from the center.
5-on-3, 5-on-2 advantage.
The other Lukau is also taking a walk here from the Snake side, but they shoot Keys out. Keys punches himself in the head in frustration. He's had a couple early deaths, but Kim making moves D side. Here comes, that looks like a towel. Not even going to need to make any more moves. They've already did all the work with Unger here in the Snake, and just solid crossfield push and some good gunfight wins from San Diego Aftermath to put a little bit of a cushion here on the board as we reach the 3-minute mark.
And we are in Xball, Maddie, so we will be having 2 solid minutes between these points, so you can say some interesting stuff.
Oh, put me on the spot, huh? Yeah. Well, let's talk about the field a little bit, Rich.
Let's talk about the action of the Snake.
Yeah, well, people maybe tuning in weren't able to see yesterday, maybe work or family commitments or whatever, but the Snake has been obviously the big story here as far as positions. It's Snake side, strong side again, no surprise. It's been a brutal bloodbath at that 50 as you're just watching run through after stabbing here on this Snake side. Some players have been craftier than others to try to stay alive, but you have to be a fixed bayonet, brutal mindset over here, run bodies down. It is inevitable. If you're the one, you have to get after it. You need to be at that 50-yard line. You need to bunker your mirror out and push the issue. But then, Rich, what's the most important thing after that for the twos?
Following that up.
Absolutely.
Becoming that one.
You have to stay, if you have to have 2 bodies over this way, they need to be close-ish to each other, enough so that that second attacker can then, take over and be that next threat. The slower you play the Snake side, the worse your team is going to do. We've also seen a ton of penalties out here coming from this Snake side, so you have to be very careful, have that body sensitivity as you're running through. I mean, just look at this. These are all separate run-throughs, too, by the way.
It's like watching the old Trauma Head video.
Yeah, it's just... The beatings will continue as well all day today. We're going to see the same thing.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, so it's been a fun field to watch. We saw some upsets yesterday. Very much looking forward to seeing how these stories are going to play out. I really like the look we're seeing from Aftermath, but also AC Dallas has not folded. Obviously, Aftermath better here, 6-3.
A little more polished, right?
A little more polished.
A little
bit more aggressive, too.
Big difference for them today, right?
Yeah, they look a lot better.
Yeah, Mike did a good job retooling. They lose 2 on the break, Maddie.
Not looking better in this one, though. 3 bodies walking off here, so the off-the-break shots for AC Dallas dialed in. Morales gets to the Snake, but he's got a friend. Here comes Unger, so Unger is going to run through and stay alive and get another kill. Here goes Brandon Unger with a 2-pack. Might be able to get a 3-pack here, as I don't think they know where he is yet. He has lost everyone behind him on the D side. There's only 1 more player left alive here on Aftermath, and it's the back corner bunker with Barrett. Unger really is going to have to put the team completely on his back here as Barrett's getting pinched and finally taken out. So Unger's still alive here, and Unger's going to get 3. He's going to get 4. It's going to be a one-on-one situation here as Brandon Unger might be completely saving the day if he, I was going to say he was going to cut for the buzzer, and there goes Mason. Is that Mason again, and Mason's going to hit the buzzer and win it here for AC Dallas in this point to make this a 2-point match. But I'll tell you what.
Matt, 2 minutes left.
That was one of the best personal performances that we have seen out here, period, of any player for any team. Brandon Unger with the 4-pack to even make this interesting at all. And we saw him step up. Unger hasn't been doing that well in practices leading into these events, but man, he really did show up in some big points for him at the last event. That Snake side was really conducive, but when he's feeling it, man, and he really believes in himself and just lets it flow when he gets into that flow state, he can be really good. And we just saw a little piece of it right there.
I'd rather have both, but if I have to choose between a practice player and an event player, I'll take an event player all day.
But it's tough because if you're having a guy struggling in practice a little bit, it's tough to get him.
rather take both. I'd rather have them be good in practice. And
I understand, but it's hard to plan because then
of course, right?
You're like, okay, well,
Yeah.
you're getting worn out a little bit here in practice. You're getting a shot more often than
This
not.
guy's playing the spot better at practice.
Yeah.
He should start. Then you play the event, you smoke 4 dudes, and, well, you just took his spot.
So-
all that hard work he went into practice, it's gone now.
Well, the thing, Unger hasn't been doing this forever. I mean, he's definitely he plays. He's played a lot of paintball.
He looked decent that
Works on
point.
the WCPPL. I mean, but that was one of those situations where you have to go off raw instinct and whatever training you've brought into this particular point, and he was just kind of shredding AC on this side. But the problem is they lost all those bodies. Well, let's get a look here at this replay and actually watch it again. This game brought to you by Carbon Paintball. So Unger comes through.
Yep.
And was able to stay alive here in this first engagement, and then quickly gets that second kill, and then wraps around. But he had to start to go to work for these next ones here.
And to be fair, Matt, all he did was play his position correctly, right? He went to bunker the guy in front of him. He's like, oh, I got him clean. I'll look down the tape. Oh, hey, there's a guy jumping in my tape. I shoot that guy. I look across the field. I make that kill.
Yeah, I mean, he did obviously get you have to always get a little bit lucky in
Yeah, of
paintball,
course,
and
always.
every sport you have to get a little lucky. So, the player he was about to bunker didn't have his gun up right on him, so he was able to get that guy and stay clean. But he went at the right time, but then he had his eyes downfield. Like you said, play the position it's supposed to be. Like you always have to have your eyes downfield. Gets a free kill on that next one, but then he had to clock in to get another couple
And he
kills.
created all that, right? He could have been sitting in the back and just zoning up, looking at the real side of the field, but by going forward and putting those guys under pressure.
Now, maybe Barrett did trade out with that. Barrett might have got a ball on that other that
No,
fourth kill, but
I'm
I
not
don't
giving
think so
Barrett
because he was
credit.
getting
He's hiding
he was
in the
getting
snake
he was getting pinched out.
Yeah, he was hiding in the snake corner. AC Dallas losing their first player out of the middle. Aftermath losing their first player from the 50 snake mat. 4-on-4 here. As Thomas Kim attacks on the Dreer side of the field. AC Dallas now attacking, crawling up to the 50 snake. Gets up to snake 3, looking outside. So he's got anybody in front of him. He's going to look inside, check off on the box in the tower. He's going to try to go forward. He gets into the 50.
Halbert gets pinched though, couldn't stay alive in that can. That can becomes a little bit of a death trap
100%.
once you're at the 50-yard line snake.
You cannot live in that can or that tall kick if there's a guy in the 50 snake looking inside.
AC Dallas trying to push the issue here, down by 2 with just 1 minute and 26 seconds left. They lose the body as Lukau takes the walk here from the snake side. But another body coming off as that's Erickson takes the walk from the inside. Barrett still alive, gun battling, but he's getting pinched again. Oh, but Barrett does get the shot. Barrett did get one shot in on him, but then got pinched. And Mike Himman coming over here, giving a couple words to Jason. So gets a little bit closer here with 1 minute left. AC Dallas, this is that fight we were talking about, Rich. We were saying that it's nice to see AC Dallas on a rebuild with all these divisional players bumping up to play pro this season. And they're a scrappy group of guys. Again, they're from Texas. No big surprise that they're scrappy, but they're definitely showing it in these situations. Still have some work to do, but
Paintball has to be a pretty special sport, man. To keep both you and I this interested, this excited after all these years with all these different things going on out here.
it has been a long time, Rich. Yes.
But it's like it's
trying to
still-
say we're old again.
No, but
I
it's
know.
just-
Okay.
Like yesterday, I was moved by the level game. Like I wanted to wear my level shirt this morning. I usually have a black and green one. I couldn't find it this morning, but it was moving, and like for us to be this far into our careers and being moved is pretty passionate.
So you're saying you lost your phone this morning and you lost your level shirt yesterday?
Yeah. Well, I didn't lose it. I
Misplaced
I had
it.
to pack for
Oh,
11
okay.
days, so I only got so many shirts to bring.
Yeah, so they are making this one interesting. I do agree with you, though. I was doing an interview with the monkey with
I
a
heard you
gun.
guys. Yeah, that was cool.
Monkey with a gun
I walked
is
in.
coming back, and I love the fact that they're bringing Pat's brand back, and they're doing these. They're very passionate about trying to tell these stories. Obviously, I'm a sucker for a good story, but they asked me, what is it about paintball that keeps you here? Having
Chicks, obviously.
Yeah,
Do
there's
it for the
so many
girls.
chicks here.
All the hot chicks, guys. That's why we're here.
It is cool that more women are getting into the game, but
Thank
this is an
God.
overwhelmingly
Thank
male
God.
sport for sure.
My Facebook's analytics are 99.9 young males.
Yeah. So no, it's a compelling thing, man. I've loved the game since the first day I played it, and just find it to be fascinating. It's a very compelling and interesting sport, especially when you've done it. It's like I have friends that don't like jiu-jitsu, and I haven't done a ton of jiu-jitsu, but I've done enough to know how to respect it, know what I'm watching, and to know how difficult it is. And then you bring some friends over, it could be athletes, and they never done any sort of combat sports, and they're like, oh, this is just two dudes like hugging on the ground. I'm
Yeah,
like, that's
yeah.
not.
Is this gay porn?
Yeah, I'm like, that's not at all what it is. They're like, yeah, well, that's what it looks like. I'm like, I get it, but you don't know what you're watching. So when you play paintball, you realize how hard it is. Right now, can AC Dallas do it again? We've seen a ton of quick points out here. We saw a 15-second point from Level to tie it up and move into overtime with Impact yesterday and winning that game. Can't wait to see what Level has this afternoon. It's not going to get much easier for them, though, as they have to play Damage and Revo.
Honestly, Matty, I'm pretty happy with both of these two programs right now. I'm happy with AC Dallas battling back down on points, being within one to Aftermath, who's at a higher level, I think, right now than AC Dallas. But I'm also super happy with Aftermath coming out this morning and just attacking those first 3 points, just blowing through the snake side, blowing AC Dallas off the field, completely playing differently, you know, kind of taking the criticism that we gave them yesterday, like, hey, you guys are playing a little bit too conservative. You're only putting 1 guy in the snake against 2 or 3 guys.
They are making adjustments.
Yeah, and I like to see that, man, because it just, you know, both camps are growing, and it's good to watch. Someday we'll be watching these guys play for first and second on Sunday afternoon and being super critical about it.
Yeah, Aftermath definitely. Well, and again, they went up 3-0 in this game. It shows the toughness of the squad here for AC Dallas. They stopped the time.
That was a long second.
Yeah, they stopped the time for some reason. Oh, they're arguing right now. So Mike Hinman is arguing with Jason Trojan currently. I'm trying to listen to hear. So I don't know if they're trying to assess.
I feel like they're trying to penalize Mike or something.
Yeah, it sounds like they're trying to penalize Mike, and Mike is saying, he's like, I only said Jason. I didn't say anything towards the field. Oh, so they're. Yeah, so it looks like there's
Sorry,
only.
guys, we're trying to.
Well, there's 5. I thought for a second maybe there's only 4 bodies out there for Aftermath. Maybe that's what they're trying to do, is give them a penalty for Mike saying something. And you know, a coach, you cannot talk to the field. You can, you know, Mike should be able to say something to Jason. But they're trying to say that, at least I'm just trying to get through my headphones here. And Lauren started a new job, so we don't have Lauren here.
Thanks, Lauren. Super cool. Jesus. And
she will be back for Cup,
Arthur
though.
does not give as good a back massages as Lauren does. They both have tiny hands, but her hands are so much stronger than Arthur's.
So I still can't tell if they're actually going to be giving them a penalty.
Watch how I handle this. Mike, what's Mike?
Yeah, he's in his zone right now, Rich.
He's in kill Jason Trojan mode.
Yeah, I don't see a body coming off, though, for Aftermath.
I don't see any flags, but I also don't see AC Dallas on the field. Oh, there they are. So, yeah, I mean, let's go.
Well, all the teams are ready to go.
Yeah, I mean, they were literally 1 second left, and it was just a long second, and then they just stopped.
Yeah, and then they stopped. So now Jason's talking to the ref.
Looks like Jason's talking to the ref, yeah.
So Mike's being gestured on over. So they got the head referee. You got Jason, our commissioner.
And unfortunately, they're both standing next to the scoreboard, which scares the crap out of me, because that thing fell yesterday, and it was super scary. See how it's kind of...
It's getting a little windy this morning, too.
Yeah. So sorry, guys. We're as soon as we know what's going on, we will try to convey that message to you. We just honestly, like most of the time in our lives, have no idea what's going on.
So they're going to make them start with 4.
Yep.
So they are going to be assessing a penalty, which is a big opportunity here for AC. AC Dallas is going to be on a power play. They're down by 1. They got a minute to work with, so they're going to bring Keys off.
It was 1 minute, like
1 minute left.
Solid 1 minute, right?
Yeah, I think it's like right around 1 minute left.
Well, that's an advantage, man. If they can shoot 1 guy on the break and go through that side, that's huge. We know if you lose 2 guys on the break on this field, it's very
well, they're going to bring Keys off, and so that's going to take a gun off the break away. So maybe they're going to try to take some ground here and then lock it up.
If you're going to lock this field up, you've got to do it from Dorito 1, Snake 1. You cannot do it from the back spots.
20% less pressure here on AC Dallas as they run to their spots, and they make 5 bodies out clean, and they make it all the way to the Snake here, but he's immediately going to get run down by Hallberg. Hallberg got to be careful not to get a penalty. It's going to be a penalty assessed on AC, so they throw one. They throw a major penalty. Major penalty assessed here on AC Dallas, which is going to stop the clock as it's under a minute to go. And so 43 seconds left. Chaos is setting in here on the sidelines because Mike immediately came over to get in Jason's ear about something as that penalty went up, as Jason was trying to, I think about something. So he gestured Mike away and pushed him back to their side. Jason's earning his paycheck currently.
I say the same thing to him every week. I'm like, Jason, good luck, friend.
Yeah, so let's get a look. As it, oh wow, so they gave the point to, so the penalty might have been then on, had to have been
Hallberg.
On Hallberg. So Hallberg comes through. Let's see where the hit is. See if this is the angle. So it's on the inside part of his knee, and then the ref throws the major and runs to AC Dallas's side. So typically you're always going to see the ref run to pull the bodies from the side of the penalty, the team that it's on. But the point did go to AC, so then I'm guessing that the major would be assessed then on Aftermath and on Hallberg in that situation. I mean, I don't know. We have seen a lot of penalties out here, but typically in that instance with what we just watched, that I definitely saw as that went through, and it looked like a pretty bang-bang play to me. What do you think?
Yeah, from our perspective, it looked like bang-bang, but then him running down and throwing the penalty. Okay. So Aftermath got the point.
All right.
So yeah, I was like, based on what we saw in the replay that we just did, nothing makes any sense.
That's why I was like, okay.
I was
wait,
like,
Hallberg gets that major?
I was waiting for you to explain it, Matt. I was like, I can't wait to hear Matt's explanation.
No, I was also.
It's gonna be amazing.
Well, I was just puzzled because the point appeared to go the opposite way from where the ref was warning. I was just a little puzzled.
Well, it looked like Mike was pissed, but he was also smiling. So
Yeah,
I was like, if that penalty was against him, that I think he would have been going a little crazy.
All is right in what I believe how that actually went down. So it is a tough break for AC. But the penalty was assessed on them, and that's going to give Aftermath a decent cushion again, and they're going to be back at full strength. So Aftermath should be winning this game. With how good they looked in the beginning, it just goes to show you how tough the AC has been, that it is this close. But most importantly for Aftermath, they need to just secure this victory and then go on to play their next match, because it's going to get very difficult. They have to play Heat next.
Going back to that penalty, did you see what the penalty was?
I was looking at Hallberg and when he got shot, so I didn't. I mean, it must have been from the snake player spinning. That's the only thing. Oh no, they're stopping the point for something. Did Aftermath start with 6 guys?
That's a huge advantage. I like.
They have 6 guys. Oh my!
Good job,
God. What
Aftermath.
is going on here? Pulling a Chicago aftershock. There are 6 players on the field. There's 2 in the middle, 2 on the snake side, and 2 on the D side. That is 6 players.
So, and you're saying that you cannot play with 6 players?
Yeah.
That's like official?
Yeah, so you're supposed to start with 5.
Okay, okay.
Aftershock, when they were down, used to, just to make it fun, would send out 6 players occasionally, which obviously is illegal. But this is
easier to get away in 10-man.
This is just a huge mental mistake for Aftermath. They have to play Heat next. They went 1-1 yesterday. They need every single point out here. They started this one out really good. To go out with 6 players is inexcusable. That's not a mistake that can be made out here.
I just like their confidence. I like the only one referee. I just see the one guy jumping up away. I'm like, what is he doing?
Well, and
man?
also, how did they not know they had 6 guys
in the
out
box,
here?
right?
Like if
no
you're
one
in the
was
box,
looking around.
It's got to be somebody's responsibility to look around and think, okay, I know you're focused on your job, but.
Erickson's there. That's 5, and then that one guy that was walking around the drill side walks back in like, yep, that's 6 bodies.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a mathematician,
so we're gonna go,
I can count to 6.
We're going to go 3 left, we're going to go 3 light, and 3 up the gut.
I mean,
do we have 9 players?
I'm laughing because you don't really get to see that often. Obviously, it's a really bad break for Aftermath.
What I don't understand
is
they didn't give AC Dallas the point. I'm pretty sure if the other team starts with 6, you get the point, right?
Honestly, I don't know what that is in the rule book. This hasn't happened in 5 years.
Because they didn't put the time back on the board, right? If you're going to lose those seconds, then you definitely should get that point. If you're not going to get the point, you got to get those seconds back.
Yeah, well, so I mean, as it stands right now, it's still a 2-point lead for Aftermath.
Wow.
So I mean, was it really then that much of a mistake if it didn't cost you a point?
Why not do it every point?
Yeah, I was going to say that
if there's no penalty for it, why wouldn't you do it every point?
Yeah, I mean, the rules exist to keep people in line, to keep them from doing things they're not supposed to do. So, yeah, but 7-5 score.
I'm going to let you on a little secret.
I haven't seen that. I mean, it's been 5-6 years maybe since Aftershock did it last. Aftershock's not even in the league anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it's already become very interesting here just in set number 1.
AC Dallas breaking out. Standard. 1 D side attacker, 1 snake side attacker. Aftermath losing 2 on the break. 5-on-3 advantage, only 20 seconds left here, although the clock is not running, which should give AC Dallas a big advantage in this game.
Well, AC loading up here on the 50-yard lines and now past it.
Yeah, Aftermath down to just 2 players left alive in the corners, Matty. Snake corner, Dorito corner.
They lose Chavez, but here comes Lukau. He's going to come all the way through and just shoot that player in the back corner bunker, bear it into the ground, and bodies would come off everywhere. So
look, they still got 24 seconds left, Matt.
Well, it didn't switch over. That was the time before. So
no, it was 24 seconds the whole game.
Oh, okay.
It never started.
So this has been crazy, but AC Dallas is staying in
this has been crazy. Yeah, AC Dallas has really never given up in this match, right? I mean, they start off down by 3 or down by 4 and battle back.
They start off down by 3.
Yeah, down
It was 3-0 before they put a point on the board, and then they kept it close, but while Aftermath was starting to pull away, then keep it close. Pull away, keep it close. Similar situation on the score now.
Did you see his thumbs up on that point, Matt? Because they didn't put up on the board.
I did not see the thumbs up. But, and I'm wondering how much time is left.
24 seconds, man.
Yeah, so waiting to see who they send out and how much time is left on the clock.
It's definitely been an entertaining match, Matthew.
It really has. This is only
Cannot
set
complain
one.
about that.
What else is going to happen today? I mean, we had
What more
upsets.
chaos can we expect?
We had upsets yesterday. We had a decent amount of one-on-ones. We had a ton of low body situations pulled out. Aftermath just sent out 6 guys.
17 seconds left.
Yes, so there's 17 seconds left in the game time, which is possible. Level scored a 15-second point. We've had, I think there was a couple points yesterday that were around 20-ish seconds.
Certainly fast field. Lots of opportunity out here.
When we saw that one heat point, it was conceded, so against X Factor.
Yep.
So it doesn't quite
That
count.
was the fastest concession ever, right?
But yeah, I mean they shot.
Ryan was on
they
his
shot
game.
4 bodies in about 3 seconds, and then leaving just 1 body left alive, and then Ryan conceded around 5 or 6 seconds. So
I felt like he started with his hand on the concede button. Saw 3 guys get shot in the break. He's like, I gotta push the button, man.
4 guys.
Yeah.
4 guys shot off the break. Here it is. This is actually got Joe, our replay guys, just on it.
1001,
Look at there's
1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1007, 1008, 1009, concede.
Yeah, so-
9 seconds.
and you can see the frustration.
Ah,
Sato was like,
I was just
really?
gonna shoot everybody,
Really?
bro. I was just gonna shoot everybody. Can you not let me shoot everybody, please?
So it's possible. Let's see if they can do it here as Aftermath trying to hold on and preserve this win narrowly. And again, they have to play Heat next, so
Yeah,
Heat is on fire.
Yeah, they shoot one on the break. They don't lose anybody. Oh, they lose their Dorito corner now. They shoot another. Just got to make sure they don't draw a big penalty here as Joe Barrett runs the 50 snake.
And that's going to do it. So
AC
they made
Dallas.
it. AC made it interesting.
Hey,
But
they both look good there, Matty.
yeah, they did. That was a good-looking loss for AC Dallas. Aftermath does take the victory, but not by much, just 1 point for the margin. And they're going to need, I mean, honestly, they need to come out as strong as possible against Houston Heat. They cannot lose by a bunch and have a chance to move on to Sunday.
100%.
So we got next set coming at you. Thunder, terrible yesterday. They scored 1 point through 2 games.
I like to see it, Matt. Don't candy coat it.
They're playing Uprising, so it's a battle of the teams from the Northwest. See if Thunder can step back up. They've looked great this year. Maybe today will be different for them. And then New York Extreme is going to be playing Energy Elite. That could be a good game because Energy Elite went undefeated. We'll be right back here. 2021 NXL Windy City Major. I'm Matty Marshall with Rich Telford here on GoSports.com. So we're back. Actually, we had the scoreboard was off. It's going to head into overtime here, as this game has been as crazy as it could be. So it actually was a tie game right there.
Sorry.
Yeah, again, very chaotic with all the craziness. So they must have given the point then.
I guess so, man.
Yeah, no, that's what we thought. So they gave
Yeah.
them the point because they started with 6.
But our scoreboard
and then
didn't
the scoreboard
show,
was
yeah.
off. So jumping back into it here, overtime point. The game tied at 7 apiece.
Both teams losing 1 on the break. Joe Barrett taking a hard bounce into the can, but gets in there live.
Yeah, so body coming off right here from the snake side for Unger. For San Diego Aftermath, they still have a body in good position with Thomas Kim on that D side.
Yeah,
And then-
Aftermath.
but here comes AC Dallas, man. It would be so big for AC Dallas. It wouldn't be knocking Aftermath out of the tournament, but seeing how Aftermath has to play Heat next, this could be the coffin nail for Aftermath if they can't pull off this overtime point here.
Yeah.
And real good field position currently, Rich,
Yeah.
for AC Dallas as they have the 50-yard line here on the snake side.
Yeah, but Thomas Kim, I don't think anyone's stopping him from going to the 50. And once he decides to lock in and go to that 50 Dorito, he's going to wrap and shoot inside. So if AC Dallas is going to win it, and it's their point to win here, they're in good position. They've got to make some of these shots count, and they've got to figure out a way to shut down Thomas Kim. And there goes Thomas Kim outside, Maddie.
Yeah, Thomas Kim, who's has played some really good paintball here, but he's going to need to step up. He's in D3, he's feeling some pressure from the inside, and they have no one on the snake side here for San Diego Aftermath. And, you know, after that first death of Unger, they got out wide, but they're kind of just locked into their lanes immediately, and AC Dallas was the one playing on their toes, and they were the ones that were able to get up here, and also they didn't lose anyone on the break, so it's looking really good here. 5-minute overtime period, but they lose Luke out in the center as Thomas Kim making moves on that D side, and now he's past the 50-yard line. Mason's going to try to do damage control to put some paint here, but he tries to get back to the back center bunker, and he makes it. Other Luke out brother, he comes off, so it's not looking good all of a sudden here for AC Dallas, Rich.
Yeah, just like we said, if Thomas Kim can get up that side of the field, and if AC Dallas doesn't push through the snake before Thomas Kim pushes through the Dorito, it's going to switch the advantage back to Aftermath's side of the field, and it has, as they shoot at the 50 snake as well.
So Joe Barrett here is now pushing up on the snake side, getting the kill, and then that is going to do it. So initially, it was not looking good here for San Diego Aftermath as they lost their snake player, Unger, on the break, and kind of were forced to play defensive for a moment, but then Thomas Kim clocked in on that D side with Hallberg over there as well. So the long black-haired duo over there on the D side paying dividends here for San Diego Aftermath to put a 1-point win on the board. So they're going to go 2-1. AC
hard
Dallas
fought battle though, man. That was not an easy fight.
That was a crazy game. So yeah, we thought it was over because the scoreboard didn't read that extra point.
I heard 30 seconds as I was getting a drink of water and ran back up here.
Unbelievable. So yeah, apologies to the teams, but again, that's what it looked like on the scoreboard. But it does make everything is right in the world.
It all makes sense now.
Yeah.
It all makes
so
sense.
Now we're gonna head to the next set with Thunder and Uprising, New York Extreme Energy Elite. Congrats to Aftermath. We'll be right back. Welcome back here, 2021 NXL Windy City Major. We're heading into the second set here, Saturday's prelim competition. Seattle Thunder needs to have a big day today. They stumbled yesterday, only put up 1 point in 2 games after having amazing prelim performances at the first 2 events. They're taking on Uprising, and Uprising also needs to come out and win 2 games today as they drop both of their matches. But they had some really close games. They put some points on the board. New York Extreme looked pretty good yesterday, and they're playing Energy Elite, who also played pretty well too. 2 wins for them. This should be an interesting set. The first one was really entertaining, an overtime period match between AC, Dallas, and Aftermath. It's been a great event so far. I'm Matty Marshall. I got Nick Sloviak up here from the Los Angeles Ironman in addition to Rich Telford. So Nick, we'll start with you. Thunder Uprising, what do you think Thunder needs to do? What's going on with them?
They didn't hit people on the break all that often, and I think that's one of the things that's been just their kind of go-to, because watching all their games this entire year, they've been really consistent at shooting people. At practice, we played them the weekend before the event. They were shooting someone, Snake Runner, 80% of the time between 3 other pro teams. So I didn't see all of their match the other day, but I noticed a lot of them walking off and not a lot of the other team. So they just need survivability and just shoot people on the break. And like you said, both these teams really need to win. So I'm interested to see how both these teams switch up their breakouts and attack each other.
Rich, what do you think?
I think obviously the guys are from the same area, so they know each other really, really well. I think tale of 2 teams. Thunder's a more organized kind of, structured team, and Uprising is a more kind of freestyle team. So we'll see how that matches up here. Uprising Snake on the break. Thunder losing 1 attacker on the Dorito side on the break, so 4-on-5 advantage here for Uprising as they push up into the Dorito on this tower on the Dorito side. Gooch gets eliminated as well, so 3-on-5 advantage here early in this first match for Uprising.
Yeah, Patty Gleason and Sakaguchi coming off early. It looks like they're going to be losing another body. Thunder just
yeah.
really struggling here with the survivability in point number 1. On the flip side, though, Uprising doing a real good job of pushing forward and taking ground, shooting those bodies, and maintaining control.
Yeah, you never know which Uprising team is going to show up. It looks like the good guys showed up today.
Yeah.
So far this first point.
With Uprising, they've had the same roster together forever, right?
Yeah,
and
when I said the good guys, I mean they're playing their up game, right?
that's kind of my point, is that with Uprising, you just never know what you're going to get. They come out here and beat one of the top teams, or they could take 19th place. It's been the constant story with them. They got some good scrimmages against some good pro teams, though, so I think that's a really good sign for them. They have not looked bad. I mean, yeah, again, they had 2 losses yesterday, but they kept those games close. And now heading into this next one here, New York Extreme going to be playing Energy Elite. And again, Energy Elite, they looked pretty solid yesterday. Aggressive, playing this field kind of like Level was playing the field, running a racket on the offense, playing against Uprising, taking the win there, and then getting the win against Thunder. And that was a 6-0 Mercy Rule win for them. But New York Extreme looked really good in their first game against Thunder, and then not as good against Infamous. Rich, obviously you coach them.
Yep.
What do you think New York Extreme needs to focus on today?
Just fundamentals, Matty. Just fundamentals. That's all we're really working on, man. I got an echo as well. Good breakout here for both teams. And Matty, a lot of people don't know this, but it's a little bit of a grudge match between these 2 teams. These guys practice against each other a lot, and the practices get very, very heated. So, friendly rivalry here between these 2 teams. So it should be interesting to see how this match develops. Early on advantage here for Energy. 1 body advantage here, 4-on-3, as Jerry Caro fills from Snake Cannon to Snake 1.
Yeah, a couple. So we see on your screen here goes New York Extreme making that move into Snake 1. No one moving up quickly yet, though, but Energy Elite is crawling a body here to this 50-yard line, and there they go, getting to that most important spot on the field is the 50-yard line here in the Snake, and then now making moves on the D side as well, too. But this has been the story for Energy Elite, and why they've been successful is that they are more often than not with Caleb Abel running a racket over here. 2 confirmed kills for him as Taylor comes off with Jerry Caro before Abel ends up getting shot, but then they keep Buffton right behind him. So they just constantly, whether it's Lackey or Abel, they always have somebody pushing the issue here, and then they're keeping that second attacker very close to him here on the Snake side, and it's worked out really well for Energy Elite.
Yeah, finishing this game with 3 bodies left alive here, Matty. So good win there for them.
Yeah, so Energy Elite continuing to look impressive here, and we've been talking about this, about how competitive professional paintball is getting. The haters would not agree, but I was just saying, well, just wait. Eventually, it's going to happen, and sure enough, with how well Level's playing and the Energy Elite going undefeated yesterday, so the road's going to be long for them. We'll see if they can make Sunday. And Thunder has stumbled, but they are ranked 5th overall. It's getting interesting out here. Been in this game a long time. I'm not just saying that to make it interesting. I really do truly feel that we have never really seen this many teams have a chance to go deep on Sunday. Nick, what do you think?
I agree. It's one of those things where I don't know. I think you really have to be tuned in and plugged in and be paying attention to it. It's one of those things where if you're lucky enough to play a full season of the NXL and just really, I don't want to say look at it under a microscope, but I think it's obvious for all of us that compete at this level that these individuals on some of these teams and then the teams themselves are just becoming better. And you see it in the score. You see it in the way that the players carry themselves after they get shot. A lot of early on, a lot of younger teams were going to this second point here, drop their head, right? They just their body language, their attitude is poor. Not anymore. So one body dropping off the break for Thunder. That's twice that, Patty's been shot going out there. They lose their second body filling out there.
Yeah, they get their containment as well.
Uprising does lose a body as well. 4-on-3 advantage to them. Tucker.
3-on-3, Matty.
Oh, 3-on-3.
Yeah, Tucker getting into the snake here. They do lose a body from that D side, so they don't have anyone out wide on that D side, but Tucker going to crawl up to this 50 snake. Has a body in front of him here as we pan over. See the battle developing on the snake side.
Yeah, Warner sees the inside shot on the tower, but he knows he's got at least one, if not two guys in front of him, so he's got to play super smart over here. Can't afford to get dinked out. Trying to get some support behind him from Ruiz as he feels from snake corner, or is that Gomez? From snake corner, snake one there.
Yeah, and so Warner coming off.
Yeah, Tucker wins that gunfight in the snake. Good move by Gomez to come up. I'm not sure if they're aware. Yeah, look at this. Someone's going the snake, and Gomez trades out with Tucker. So now it's a one-on-one because Olsen dies.
Yeah, one-on-one situation. Graham Arnold had a day yesterday. He had some really nice points out there.
Sakaguchi making a move down that D side.
I like this by Arnold. Immediately repositions.
You have to
protect himself. And now the only kind of crappy part here is he's going to have to sit back and defend his buzzer.
Ooh, Sakaguchi. Sakaguchi's just blazing his gun all over the place. And that's really smart. There's a lot of, you never know if a ball could wing off that pin, hit Arnold. I mean, right now it probably has a bounce shot off that pin.
Yeah, if he bounces out of the pin, it'll go right into Arnold's face.
I'm surprised Sakaguchi has stopped.
Yeah, just forward progression.
Yeah,
right?
He's going very gun dominant here, but Arnold, as soon as Sakaguchi got off him, but Arnold's going to put his gun down now. Sakaguchi could go and hit that buzzer. Oh, but Arnold loaded just in time, and he gets the shot in on him. So Graham Arnold winning the one-on-one here. So Sakaguchi deciding to go gun dominant, and it was working for him for a while. The snake is not the best place to play a one-on-one. It's hard to gunfight, and Arnold is not a short guy, so again, that makes it a little bit harder. But Sakaguchi was looking pretty good in there, but Arnold, when Sakaguchi committed, finally picked him up.
Well, it's both times he moved from the Dorito to the tall cake and the tall cake back to the back center. He did it with his gun down.
Yeah, he
didn't run and
both
shoot.
times, yeah.
And if he would have stayed on his gun like he was initially, just keeping Arnold pinned in that snake, he could have ran and shot all the way to the buzzer and hit it and won the point. And that's where, he lost it. He gave the opportunity for Arnold to come over the top when he moved, and Arnold, being a great shot, capitalized and put the paint right in front of the bunker and got him. So, rule number 76: run and shoot in a one-on-one.
Try to not stop shooting your gun if at all possible in a one-on-one.
Especially when your opponent's in the snake.
Rat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat. Better be lucky than good, right? Just keep shooting. Hopefully he finds one for you.
Looking at NLX on your screen, down by 1 point to NRG. There's a breakout.
On the breakout, yeah, going to take
digging hard.
Yeah, some ground with Carl, but a running referee going to come in and check out Arslan Hussein. And it looks like he's going to be hit, and he's going to draw a minor penalty that's going to pull out his brother. There goes Pat Kraft Jr. He's going to come across as Carl gets past the 50 here, so York Extreme still has a chance. If Carl can draw some blood here. Oh, and he does. Wraps around, stitches up Lackey.
Man, when
and
Jerry
they still don't know.
Guy, he is the scariest dude.
Yeah, he's a huge elite threat when he's on. Oh, and he's going to get another one. Bodies are coming off everywhere right now for Energy Elite because Pat Kraft Jr. made a move on the D side, but Pat Kraft gets peeled off, so it's a 2-on-2 here currently, but Carl is in an excellent position. He's got Hennessy behind him, but they do not have the field spread. But Energy Elite is playing completely on their heels, tucked in their spots, and just trying to deal with Carl.
That's what happens when some dude jumps in your snake early.
Yeah, Hennessy can cut to the center and spread the field, but I don't think he knows the count. And Carl ends up getting clipped after doing a lot of damage.
Really is just they stop talking.
Yeah, but
they don't know Will.
And they don't know that Will's alive. They don't know Will's alive.
Will's got to be really careful. Will's going to get. Oh, and he didn't shoot anybody. Oh, Will, you had the chance.
The one good thing.
Oh, he gets one. Now it's another one-on-one here. Will Hennessy, and I think this might be Buffton.
Yeah, it is Buffton. The one good thing about Will hiding all the time is sometimes they forget about him. One-on-one here now.
Will Hennessy got to get some paint in that gun. Buffton playing the aggressor here. He's on to New York Extreme's
Will
side
lost
of the
him.
field.
Will's actually a really, really good one-on-one player, but he did lose Buffton.
Yeah,
know.
Bo was saying that Will Hennessy might be their best one-on-one player.
Yeah, he's one of those, when he's kind of a defensive player, but when he plays one-on-one or when he gets angry, he's a little savage for sure.
Yeah, you know what I love to see Buffton do right now?
And he
gets shot.
gets the win. So Hennessy definitely proving his worth. And
well,
I tell
he
you,
won a
he's
one on
so
two.
fiery, dude. So fiery. So
Yeah.
fiery. Good job, Will Hennessy.
I mean, that team needs that.
Yeah.
I would have loved to have seen Buffton back up out of that tower and continue to back up.
Yeah, well, and
Spinning
that's
around in the back center.
so rule 84.
No,
play-
83. 83.
Oh, sorry,
rewrote.
83.
Yeah.
When you are in a one-on-one, you want to play the bunker. Don't let the bunker play you. Back up off that bunker a little bit. It increases the angles, increases your visibility.
Yeah.
So I definitely agree with you there, Nick.
Yeah, and it's interesting too. Now, back-to-back points in these matches where we've had those one-on-ones in the snake, and the snake guy's been the victor. And I would have said that's again, and especially on a snake like this, the positions that both
So hard to
people
play.
are in. Yeah, they statistically and just.
Rule 102: don't be in the snake in a one-on-one.
I mean, I don't know.
101.
Maybe that rule.
Guys, and if you're wondering
There's an
where these
asterisk
rules
on
are
that
written
rule.
down,
Yeah.
just please send me
Oh,
your
look,
check. I will mail you the book.
Great jersey. Who's that? Is that
It's Alex Gray.
Gray's back? That's good.
Yeah, good to see Alex back.
And slightly different with the aftermath.
You know, it's
breakout. They're
perfect.
going
Alex
with 5.
Gray's wearing the gray jersey.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, well, that's just colorblind. Not really.
I see what you did there.
So here we go on the breakout, looking at Thunder on your screen.
Oh, and Alex is going to take some ground. So Alex Gray goes all the way to the to D4 off the break
I think
here for
that's the first
uprising.
time we've seen that, Matty. That inside cut
Yeah,
there.
took a really big bite. Yeah, he walked away from the game because he was dealing with like a weird back issue for a long time, and it was really affecting him. So
He's carrying the team.
yeah, so he had to take a seat for a while, but he's back. It's good to see him back. Always a smiling face. Got a great personality. Right now,
This is the first breakout that Thunder's had all 5 alive right away, and I think this is this Patty here in the snake?
No, Sakaguchi.
Sakaguchi. So I like the
No,
switch up on personnel.
it's Barolo.
Oh, it is Mark. I'm an idiot. I can't read. So Barolo getting into the snake. He played really well at practice last weekend. Did a good job. And we'll see if the staying 5 alive for Thunder can get their first point on the board here as they now make moves into the Judo 2. Barolo in the 50 looking inside.
Yeah, and I don't know if he's there. He snuck up there very sneakily.
Yeah, and there's no one. This is the first time we've seen no one for uprising in the snake. Although
Oh.
Gray gonna get shot in the butt.
Yep. Gray misses that cross shot.
my gosh.
Barolo gets him.
He gets him.
Good shot, cross shot
He
from
does
Mark
get him.
Barolo
They're not
there.
pulling him out.
He got,
They didn't pull him out. He's still alive with a pack hit.
I've been seeing
Now the ref's gonna come
yeah,
in there.
Nick, I saw this all day yesterday.
Question: is that a penalty?
Of course it's a penalty.
Why is that not a minor?
Of course it's a penalty. It's,
We need some more consistency out here, refs.
yep,
I'm
they're
gonna say
working on it. They're working on it.
So
Uprising losing that attack over there on the 50 snake. Gray's eliminated. So one body advantage here for Thunder as Uprising crawls their second body into the snake.
Barolo waiting for his moment here, out wide on the snake side, 50. Got a body right in front of him. Oh, he's got to deal with that tower wrap. Starting to get a shot on Scotty Knight's going to run through and trade out. Get a little 2-pack here for Barolo.
Barolo having a hell of a game.
Creek's begging for a penalty. Doesn't look like James is going to get it though.
Man, it's
Yeah, but this is what we want to see if you're just in general for good paintball is the body right behind. So Rios is right behind Barolo and takes over the attack.
4-on-1 here for Thunder. As Uprising takes a big bite on the drill side and gets caught. Thunder going to put their first point on the board here, guys, off of a big, big game by Mark Barolo here in the snake side.
yeah, and I guess the one thing I'd say is I like to follow up on the snake, but as soon as he saw Mark go and die, he stayed inside the entire
Should have
game.
followed up, right?
There was no, and luckily I'll say this, Gomez,
He picked up
probably
the gap.
probably one of the paintball IQ smartest guys in the league. Stayed over the top of the snake insert to watch heads up to see what was going on and watch the whole field and kept that body count and the communication going.
So important as the positions change, as you go to different positions, you play the position correctly, right? Not just however you play paintball.
Let's get a look here at this replay. So you see Mark Barolo, he's in this spot. He'd been outside waiting for this wrap for a while. He gets it at the perfect time and then doesn't miss his shot. So that body comes off and then he launches. Comes and trades out with James Creek. James Creek is begging for a penalty.
You're not. I mean, that's
Yeah, right there. I can look at that.
Yeah, he's definitely been, but we can't see from the side if Barolo caught one in the chest there. But
Yeah.
Creek definitely saw what he saw, so that's why he's asking for that penalty. And
Well,
we've
they're always
seen-
going to ask anyway, right?
Well, that's true. You got to sell it. But, I mean,
Yeah.
maybe put one on him. And we have seen guys get penalties for that same exact
Well,
move that Barolo just
What
pulled
did you
off.
say the other day, right? We rarely ever see Malloy walk over to a ref and plead his case.
Yeah.
You know, like,
10 seconds.
It doesn't happen much.
it doesn't. But yeah, man, it just depends on the angle of the ref. You can't see the hit, can't call the penalty. unlike the shot on the snake. Breakout number 3.
Snake on the break for NRG. They go right forward. Oh, Pat Kraft getting peeled off. Second player now. Third player now for New York Extreme, trying to fill Dorito side and getting obliterated.
Yeah, this is a really bad point for New York
Concede,
Extreme.
yeah.
As this is going to be a quick one here. So.
Wow. Really impressive off the break shooting.
Yep.
And I'm like, what really impressed me there is a great job by NRG to keep those lanes up, and then bad job by NYX to just keep running out into guns on the D side.
Yeah.
Like, what are you? I mean, what are you doing?
Well, it's one of those, maybe because this is the position you play, as we look at this replay here. If you lose your front player out wide, leaves his guns up for Energy Elite, you lose your front player out wide. Now, you know you need to get out there eventually. The timing of when to make that move, because if you just saw your guy get blasted, then you make that move immediately, you could be going to the same lane he just got shot from, which is what just happened. But talk me through that a little bit.
I mean, you just
Because people always ask that question, oh, when do I fill out? You know,
you watch the paint. Like,
Yeah.
you have to know the layout as a professional. Like, it's just your job. And knowing this Dorito side, and I'm playing in the back, but I know that if I have to fill out there, what's going to shoot me heads up? And chances are off the break, it was either the back center, it was the can on the Dorito side, or the tall cake on the Dorito side. So as I get out there, as soon as I shift my gun, I'm not going to just run straight, turn 90 degrees and run straight to the corner. I'm going to look out and see where the paint's coming from, step out, put some shots that way. And on that side, because of the spacing between the bunkers, don't go for the long run, go for the next bunker.
Yeah. Jumping back into this next one here with a
getting shot, going to
one
the
point
snake.
lead for Uprising as we hit
Minor
the 10-minute
penalty
mark.
being assessed on Uprising. So 4-on-3, 1 body advantage.
5-on-3, 1 body
4.
advantage.
And here comes
Orlando got shot.
Oh, sorry, 4-on-3.
Now they lose another body, so it's a 3-on-3.
Wow.
So Thunder giving it back to even bodies.
Bodies are dropping fast. Yeah, both teams with 1 in the snake, 1 in the center of the field, 1 on the trio side. So
Yeah, but-
even split for all 3 for both teams.
But better field position here as Tucker for Uprising is at the 50-yard line here in the snake. He's on an island, though. He doesn't have anyone over here with him.
Rub, baby.
As Thunder is now going to be crawling up, get a body here to try to deal with Tucker. They actually do have one more body over here with Gomez.
They have no idea.
But they don't know he's here.
Right here on the snake.
Tucker crawling. He's going to come through at the right time. He's going to get one. He's going to blast Gomez as well, too. And, oh, Gomez tucked in and
Great
stayed
shot
alive.
by Sakaguchi crossfield
Yeah.
to pick up Tucker.
Gucci saved that because
there.
Gomez
He gets
was
a
out
shot.
of position.
Sakaguchi gets a shot on Olsen, I think. Who is that over there? Or Eaton?
2-on-1 now.
2-on-1.
Yeah, 2-on-1 situation in favor of Thunder. And here comes Gomez. Should be able to finish this one off. Got to be careful, though. Does the jump shot, misses him over the top, and
what a
then puts
shot.
one on his goggles. So Gomez, nice finish here. Good way to suck in and stay alive as Tucker was running through, and a great shot by Sakaguchi.
Yep.
Sakaguchi saved that one.
For sure.
Gomez.
Because Gomez is out of position. If you're in that can looking inside when they run your snake guy, there's no one to stop that guy.
Yeah, and I don't know who the second guy was in the snake, but that's twice now. Rios has been looking inside.
Instead of protecting himself first.
You got it, yeah.
Corey's talking to him about it right now.
It's good that he's close, but I totally agree with you. You
Protect
have
yourself
to,
first.
You gotta, yes, and you're having that outside contain is very important. So especially, I mean, look at how many times we've seen
Hyper
this.
important on this field.
Well,
On this snake,
because
yeah.
look, we saw that when all those replays of how all the guys running through. I mean, that's how important it is
They're
to
coming.
outside contain. You know the battle's going to be going down there. You look inside to kind of take yourself out of that play. Again, it's good that he's close. He's not hiding in the back corner bunker, but
30 seconds.
so that's only halfway there, being in the right position. It's where your gun is shooting from that position that's arguably the most important thing. So right now, 2-1's the score here. Energy Elite. Be a real big win for Energy Elite here if they could take down New York
Yeah,
Extreme,
well,
go undefeated through the first 3
3-0,
games.
right?
Yeah.
They basically clinch themselves into Sunday right now.
That's what you're playing for. And they've been playing solid.
Yep, those guys work really hard. Weekend in, weekend out. They don't take time off.
So there they are on your screen right now in the gray and green, taking the snake on the break. Both teams in the snake. Looks like a 5-on-5 breakout. Nope. Hennessy getting shot out of the snake insert bunker. Both teams, look at this right here on your screen. Oh, what's going to happen? That's why you never want to go low. You get dunked on.
Jerry Carr with 2 kills already and in the other team's snake.
Let's see if the highway move comes. Nell Carl's going to be the aggressor. Going to get himself a nice 3-pack right there. Does he stay alive? He does. And he's going to get run down. But a trade, so shoots for it. Whoa, whoa,
Whoa, bonus ball, Jerry. Wow,
How is
he
that
put
like-
it on Jerry.
How is that not a penalty?
Wow, that guy put it on Jerry.
Well, New York Extreme here finishing things off and then going to catch, looks like Arslan's going to pepper up that last player and a couple extra bonus balls out here as it's getting a little nasty right now.
I told you there's a little bit of rivalry between these 2 teams because when you see soft serve out there, bonus ball people, you know something's going on.
Well, who's, and describe who's soft serve
Soft
is?
serve is Arslan Hussein.
Okay.
Soft serve.
Yeah, he likes to serve it up with like 1 ball at a time in the snake.
Oh, soft serve, okay.
I like how.
Oh, John Iannucci's letting him know
All
it's
right.
coming. So this we're early in this game too. There's a lot of time left. This could get a little wild here.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Dude,
Thank you.
You know, speaking of off the field stuff, SK, coach of Dynasty,
Oh yeah, please tell me this story.
challenged Sergey from the Russians in an arm wrestling contest.
Why would he do that?
And he beat him. You know, SK's fearless, man. He's got, he can't. He's not playing anymore.
So hold on, Skinny Kevin beat Sergey in an arm wrestling contest.
That's what he wants me to tell everybody.
Oh, okay.
It hasn't happened yet. I'm waiting, but he challenged him to an arm wrestling contest, and apparently Sergey asked if SK was
I don't want to break you.
Sergey had someone go ask if SK was a professional fighter.
So you see these bonus balls being ditched out a little bit of a standoff. It wasn't too crazy, but Carl's doing his job trying to sell it.
Yeah, hey, we kind of overplayed the fact that Jerry Carl went and shot 4 guys again, right?
You mean underplayed?
Underplay, yeah.
I thought it was played perfectly.
But I mean, we talked more about the little bonus ball thing, the fact that Jerry went up there and shot 4 dudes by himself.
Well,
Patty getting shot off the break and uprising all the way into the 50, essentially. Going to get a shot on Rios, going to get a shot on...
Uprising's
he gets
looking
marked.
good, man.
He does get marked, so he gets a two-pack right there.
yeah, it's not looking good here for Thunder. Uprising tied up.
I think that's Borromeo over there. Or
Just
Eaton.
trapped in the pocket now is Gomez, and
Yeah, and there's no one on the snake side.
it's 2 on 5.
They're all looking in.
Yeah.
I don't think Tucker has any idea that this whole side's dead. He shoots Sakaguchi.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to matter, though, as the damage has already been done. The towel's going to get thrown in. Gomez was the last player left alive in the back center as the concession from Thunder to give Uprising a slight 1-point lead.
I'm surprised it took Tucker so long to find Sakaguchi in that can, because that should be your first shot when you go that 50 snake inside.
So I thought about that too, and it's just interesting that looking over, I was like, what's going on? But everyone was looking D-way. So,
Maybe he just thought he had to protect himself.
I mean, I guess.
So now tied up here, 2-2. Energy Elite, New York Extreme. Close games.
Harris is mean mugging me. He's all upset.
Yeah, I can't believe Harris is letting his guys get pushed around like that.
Yeah, you know, like what the heck. But hey, his brother's back out here, Arslan, and he made sure he put a couple on the opposing energy player at the end of that point. So we'll see what happens here.
Look, Harris is
Number
just
5
grumpy because Arslan's taking some of his playtime right now, okay?
Oh, Will Hennessy getting caught on the break, guys.
That's twice now in a row that Will's been shot, but great fill into the snake right away for NYX.
Yeah, Energy Elite's doing a real good job of shooting these angles. There's another body. Cantor comes off, and here comes Carl. Carl is just, you have to try to stop Carl. Carl intentionally puts extra bonus balls on Bowen.
Unfortunately, the whole rest of the team is falling apart. Arslan's the only guy left in back center.
Yeah, the survivability is just starting to become an issue here for New York Extreme.
Yeah, this is one of those things where, like, I don't know how, like, how do I say this? It's great, the attitude and the tenacity that all the guys on NYX have and how pumped up they get, but that's also a fault.
100%.
Because you're going to put all your energy into overshooting, or if you want to even call it overshooting, what's really overshooting these days, but to putting extra pain on people and, look, shoot someone, eliminate them, and continue to play the game.
Win the point.
Yeah.
No matter what, win the point.
And, like, if, you know, watching Harris walk around the pit like that and them screaming, like, hey, man, let that go. Go out there and win.
And if you're losing points, you don't have time to scream in the pits. You need to talk about the mistakes that you're making so that you can make those adjustments and not lose more points, which has been a big problem in the past.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, the best teams in the world try to control it. Look, everyone's going to get heated. It is what it is. But when you come in, you want to be discussing the variables, right? What went wrong? What went right? I mean, even when points you win, you need to still be talking about what did not go right.
So Gomez taking a bounce off the break. He bounces. You know, he gets his kill.
This is a terrible,
Oh my
another
goodness.
bad one here for Thunder. 3 bodies walking off very quickly. Just 2 alive currently for Seattle Thunder as Tucker gets into Snake. Tucker's doing a really good job of being omnipresent here on this Snake side during these Uprising matches.
Yeah, and he can kill that cross cake here from the 50 snake once he finds out that he's in there. There he goes. He gets that kill. You cannot live in that cake in that can if there's anyone that's 50 snake. Check my Instagram page.
So still 7:32 left to go, but Uprising starting to put some more points on the board, giving themselves a little bit of a cushion of a lead. And shooting really good bodies on the break, taking ground. I mean, they did this yesterday. Uprising kept it close in their losses. So if Uprising could put 2 wins on the board here, I think they have a -3. They lost by 1 to Uprising, to Energy Elite. And then actually they lost by a decent amount to Infamous. I think that was by 4. So they're going to need some decent wins here. Still have a chance to move on.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of time left in this game. If they keep rolling off these quick points, they could easily erase that 4-point deficit, point spread-wise.
Especially with the way things are going currently. Thunder needs to do a little gut check moment of themselves because they're in a worse situation than Uprising's in. They got murdered yesterday.
So Iannucci now playing the snake lead for NYX, both teams going all the way to the 50.
Yeah, and Iannucci's been playing really, really well here.
And Iannucci stays. Oh no, he does get eliminated. So 4-on-4.
Yep, good trade. Abel doing what he did so well yesterday. Second guy in the snake beats Harris Hussein into that second guy into the snake. Big advantage now for NRG because they're able to get their second guy in the snake, and NYX is not able to get their second player into the snake. In fact, the second player now is in the can, looking inside, avoiding the snake, allowing Abel to get to the 50 snake, wrapping and shooting him, doing exactly what he was not supposed to do in that can. Amazing.
Dude. Hell yeah,
Wow.
Abel. Or wait, is that
Yeah,
Caleb?
It's Caleb, yeah.
Yeah, Caleb's playing great, man.
Hometown hero gets himself 3.
Yep.
And a minor being assessed on NYX.
Come on, NYX.
They're kind of falling apart a little bit here.
So we actually had a meeting last night talking about how if you're going to play that can on the snake side and you're the second guy, how you had to be this way to make sure that if they went through and got your snake, you were in a position to shoot that guy. So by Harris looking that way, it just basically gives up this tape and you kind of acquiesce, you just give up the whole tape.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was him and his brother, and I like the move up to the brick, but you have to look to get out of that thing.
You got to match Caleb Abel, right? The reason why you're the second guy on the snake side is to get into the snake, not to shoot in the can shooting to your side.
And know who you're playing, right? I mean, the guys have tendencies. Abel is an aggressive player. He's going to go.
They illustrated all day yesterday exactly how they're going to play the snake. Energy is going to put 2 or 3 dudes down the snake every single point. They did it perfectly yesterday with Lackey and Abel.
Yeah. So it's just, again, frustrating because I know for you, Rich, as their coach.
I'm about to start throwing things, Matt.
Let's get a look here at this replay as we're getting ready for this next Uprising and Thunder Point. So you see Abel, or this is actually Bowen comes through first and then trades out, fully commits, and then from the ground. But then this is Caleb Abel. This is how you're supposed to do it. As the second body through, he gets to the 50, he gets 1. Harris Hussein's looking the wrong way. He's looking towards the D side. Yeah, he'd already killed. So Harris was the first kill, comes through, gets the second one. Harris was at that can, and he was looking inside.
Caleb might have got 4.
Yeah, it was a really good job. Caleb Abel's been playing well. Energy Elite looks pretty good, man.
Yep.
Ooh, what a shot. From the back center, taking out the Thunder player. Both teams losing a body.
Yeah, I think Jordan's taking the walk, though, here for Uprising from the D side. The running referee is going to come in and check out the back center player.
Yeah, Thunder's got to get out snake side. They're contained right now in the pocket. There goes Ruiz out to the corner. Gets out there alive. That's going to give Thunder a chance, Matty.
It definitely is. He just needs to get into the snake.
He's got to go forward now, right?
Yeah, Graham Arnold is behind Tucker out in that same spot that Rios just made the move to. Now Rios going to get into the snake.
And he's going to body from Thunder drives.
Gomez is in that can, Matt. What happens when you get to the 50 snake? Oh, you shoot Gomez at the can.
Yeah, you cannot.
It's almost like I can see into the future, guys. It's amazing.
Well, it's just we saw it time and time again yesterday. You cannot live in that inside can. Your opponents are at the 50-yard line snake. Rios is rolling the dice over here.
Oh, he gets caught.
He's going to come and get just Tucker definitely shot him first, but. And then here comes Kurzawa, Captain America. He's going to come through and ends up getting clipped trying to get to that 50.
Sloppy.
Man, Uprising is looking good, guys.
I mean, I think, Matty, you kind of said this the point before. They got a lot of smart guys on that team. I think they know the position they're in, and if they know if they want to make it onto Sunday, they need to get those points on the board, and that's how they're playing. And it's been consistent. It's
kind of like level. So talking to the leadership of that team and some of the guys that really need to step up, it's like, hey, you guys, you do have something to lose. So there is a sense of desperation. But at the same time, because you played so bad this year, you really don't have anything to lose. Just have some confidence in yourselves. Try to go out and have some fun. Play aggressive paintball. And it worked out so well for Level. Now, Uprising also in a situation where they've had the same group of great guys together for a long time, and they've been impressive in the past. They got some good scrimmages in, but I think some belief in themselves and just embracing that brand of paintball they play. And I think they're doing that. You're seeing Tucker constantly doing well over here on the snake side. He got bodies behind him. Arnold's been playing great for him. Their D side's been great. Creek's been up here too. So I mean, Uprising's playing some good paintball, and Energy Elite also in this set playing some really good paintball. Extreme needs to step it up. Can't just be all Jerry Caro over here trying to get 4-packs.
It gets the kill across in the snake can like we talked about, in drill can. Energy's got both 50s and the 40s. It looks like Energy's playing pretty well at this point. It's a 4-on-3 here.
Carl gets another one, and then here comes going to get some help as Cantor's coming up through the center, and Cantor's going to punish that back center. Yeah, that back center just got obliterated.
Just letting this happen. Okay.
So New York Extreme getting back in this one, looking pretty good. Again, Carl goes through and at least gets 2, maybe 3. Good filter up through the center to help out with Cantor.
I don't want to say it because I don't want anybody to know this, but that Jerry Carl guy is pretty good at paintball.
Yeah. When Carl's on, he's he's like one of the elite threats in this sport on the snake side.
Yep.
I mean, he's really good some days.
He's really good.
Yeah. So
back and forth matches here.
Now, gonna see if Seattle Thunder can step up. They're down by 3 currently here to Uprising.
And the Math, they're struggling on this snake side. When they lose their first guy, there's only one guy to attack over here, and he's having a hard time getting outside of the pocket. So Thunder's got to do something different. They've got to either attack a little bit earlier in the snake or do a better job of shutting down Uprising from getting into the snake.
Yeah, if they can, Tucker has been going every point.
Every point.
Getting in there, crawling into the 50, looking across, like you said, riding, it's the same story, shooting cross field, getting that kill out of the can. They put an extra gun over there, try and shoot him, just really put more emphasis on taking him out, and then survive, go on the snake.
Here we go.
Watching Uprising on your screen, there's Tucker running into the snake, and he gets
Mark got shot like 2 steps out, too. Mark Barillo catches one in the chest like 2 steps out. Gomez following out, trying to get in that snake. Put himself in the God bunker. One body advantage here.
And Tucker comes up and over the top to shoot Gomez as he tries to fill in.
Big disadvantage here for Thunder. Obviously, they had to attack a little bit, down by 3 points, so trying to force the snake early and getting caught.
But they do have 6 minutes and 10 seconds left to work with.
Yeah.
It's not reckless attack time quite yet. They're in a tough spot again here with 5 bodies alive right now for Uprising. I really like what I'm seeing out of Tommy Tucker here on the snake side.
Super consistent, right?
So consistent. That's when we start saying things like, might as well let Tucker start at the 50-yard line because he seems to be there all the time.
Yeah, I like this. I'd say we're talking about that. I like the play call by them. He went in short, shot cross field, heard the kill, and immediately came over the top and shot Gomez, and then took his time. And it was kind of interesting watching that. Thunder went down early, 2 bodies, but they just sat back and looked to play the long ball, and that allowed. And Uprising didn't rush anywhere. They went a little slow progression on the field, and then just dinked them out and forced Thunder to concede the point. So, I mean, the way Uprising is playing right now. Like, this is what you guys talk about, right? This is the Uprising you want to see. If you're a fan of theirs.
Yeah.
This is the Uprising you don't want to play against if you're playing against them, right? And this is the Uprising you do want to see if you're a fan.
Yeah, absolutely. It's that situation where if you're in their division, you don't want to see this Uprising. Because that team has a bunch of guys that are very capable. We've seen every single person that's on that roster, I've seen have big points before. And they've been together for a while, so I'm really glad they got some good training with some better teams, and they definitely have had a better look here at this event, especially today. Yesterday they did drop their games, but they still have a chance.
Bowen takes a hard bounce off the head, going to the snake there. Arslan gets caught for New York Extreme going forward. Harris Hussein now filling snake 2.
Yeah, Harris getting here behind Carl. Carl's at the 50-yard line, beats Energy Elite there. They need 1 to tie, 8 minutes and 19 seconds. Carl's going to come through and punish Bowen. And that's going to leave Abel, though. Harris, but here comes the move on the D side right now with Packcraft Jr. He's got to be careful with the crossfield shot. Abel goes right past it, though.
Smart.
Could have got a free kill on Packcraft, but he's going to hit the deck. There's no one in front of him, so he's just going to take this whole snake side, pop up, and try to shoot that can that's trying to get as tight as possible.
Yeah, you can't live in that can.
Free kill here for Caleb. He gets that easy kill on CJ Cantor, and that's going to do it as Packcraft Jr. got his eye dotted on that D side. Buffton alive as well, and a 3rd body alive on that D side. So another solid point here for Energy to pull away slightly. 7:40 to go. We've had some really quick points out here. This one, you could see a lot more too if it keeps going blow for blow like this.
Yeah, this is going to be I think this could potentially be a very entertaining game if it keeps going back and forth like
Especially the way they've been bonus balling each other, starting like 0.2.
Spicing it up a little bit.
Yeah, I like the play call for Energy. They broke out 3 bodies to the snake side.
I saw that.
It's not something
full commitment.
Yeah, it's not something you traditionally see here, because if you have you're playing against a good team.
But Jerry Carr was smashing them.
Yeah,
points that they're losing, right?
That's the read for the back center guys and the shooters to know, hey, all 3 guys on the snake side are breaking out. There's no one shooting at me.
Go.
Hey, Doritos side number 2.
Go.
Turn right off the box and shoot for the snake runners, because there's going to be 3 of them.
Yeah.
And they didn't. I mean, it's a tough read right away.
And John Iannucci called the audible from the side. He said hard red, and they just didn't make the audible.
They didn't make the read. So, hey, there's no excuse when you can see start box to start box. I don't care what your position is on the field. Keep your head up and look at the other team before you break out.
Absolutely. So now we're going to follow the run here to the snake for Seattle Thunder. Down by 4, needs something to happen right now. They do shoot a body here early from the snake side.
Tucker's in that snake though. If he crawls forward, we know he's going to get the kill on the snake on the Dorito can.
Yeah, that Dorito, the inside can is become the bunker of death.
That's a trash can.
Yeah, it's just a terrible spot because it's relatively easy to get up the field here on the snake side. But Rios is going to be the first to get there here for Seattle Thunder. Knows he needs a decent amount of points here in 5 minutes and 18 seconds to work with.
What are you doing?
Yeah, just go get him.
He doesn't know. That's the problem. He's coming around this thing. He's going to get shot on the tape.
Rios living on the edge. He's going to do a little retreat here. And that's a smart move. Can't stay out there for too long. He's got to know that Tucker's in front of him somewhere.
Well, he can just
stand up and shoot the can.
Yeah, any snake guy that gets to that 50 snake, if you don't know that you can shoot that can, you have not put in the time to figure this field out well, or watch your video because everyone else is going there shooting that dude.
Great fill out from the back center by Sakaguchi to come up here and back Rios up to the snake. Unfortunately, he's...
Oh, I think Rios finally got the snake can.
Might be a minor.
Ruff's going to get in there and check him out. Does pull him out of there.
Pulls him out, but no minor.
Yeah, Borromeo taking the walk off. Rios with 1 kill here. Looks like he's going to run down Tucker. He checks off on the 50. He gets Tucker clean and then gets shot by Ormrod. Ormrod going to fill out here to the back corner, but here comes Sakaguchi for Thunder to get into snake 3 as a body comes off from the D side for Uprising, and looks like Thunder should be.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it. That's going to do it.
4 minutes left, Maddie.
Nice job by Warner on that D side with Kurzawa on the center.
Yeah, a lot of inconsistent reffing out here, right? So if that guy's shot in the pack and it's not a penalty, then you can't pull the snake guy on a penalty, right?
I mean, that's the call, right? We saw where Alex Gray got shot in the pack crossfield and was continuing to play. We could see it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's a tough angle, right? And
Right.
Alex tucked around the bunker.
You're not going to see all
But
of
the
them,
ref
right?
laying down was calling him out from behind, had to get up and run in there and pull him out. And I'll bring this up because we got our TMG game in Philly. Our point got overturned. And that was the call, and that's going into this event. They said, hey, if you get shot and you continue to play, we're going to give you a penalty. And it's been pretty inconsistent. And it's easy to see
it's
from
a
here.
super hard job, obviously.
Yeah, and put it under a magnifying glass. But like, look, in this game, these guys are just teeing off on each other, and they're just letting it happen. So, I mean, we're going to draw the line and kind of set the precedent for this, because this happened in all the events previous, and this is the only match thus far this event I've seen it happen.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe call me a little old school, but I don't mind a little bonus balling. That's part of the game for me. Now, playing and getting hit and continuing to play on, totally different story. But bonus ball is kind of like hockey to me. A little cup of extra here and there is part of pro paintball. It always has been. It should, in my opinion, always be that way. And here comes Carl's just been running a racket over here. Everyone else needs to get on his level right now here in New York Extreme.
Yeah, but he should be shooting that can across the field.
Well, he's just going to go forward. He's going to run through, get one. Got to be careful not to get a penalty, and he does. So that's just a desperation penalty. He comes off shaking his head. He's been doing the lion's share of the killing here. But, like you said, Rich, you need to understand, look, your first look when you get to the 50 is to shoot that guy out of the can.
Especially because every point he's gone in there, he shot that guy.
Yeah.
And that guy's still playing the same bunker.
That's what I'm saying. I think he's just getting a little frustrated. They're down a couple. He's getting bonus balls. He's also trying to bonus ball other guys and just kind of skip step one once you get to that spot, missing a potential free kill.
Yeah, I agree. I think with the consistency at which we've seen that shot happen, you have to say that. But the other thing is, too, like, if he's getting screamed at that there's someone in the snake and he doesn't know where he's at, I like that what did he do? He defended himself, and then he looked to make the move forward.
But he did have someone behind him.
I love that.
He did.
But I was just because this happens to Jerry sometimes, though. When he sees the blood in the water, he gets really hyped, and he'll just ride that aggressive gray area edge and draw a penalty like that. We've seen it time and time again. He's playing amazing, so I don't want to knock him too much. So anyway, jumping into this next one. Also, if you guys are joining us on social media, please head on over to gosports.com to watch the rest of this event. It's been insanity. We've been getting really good layouts, and lots of chaos went down yesterday. It went down this morning, and we're going to continue to see a fun tournament. So head on over to gosports.com. Conclusion of this match.
Big bite over there for Thunder on the drill side, Matt.
Two players now down for
3-on-4 advantage here for 3-on-3, Maddie.
Yeah, Thunder is just still losing too many bodies kind of all over the place. It's different guys, too, different times. But we're having a roll. This is a difficult field to keep 5 bodies alive for long. But right now, Uprising up by 3 minutes and 39 seconds. Tucker is having an outstanding game.
And Alex Gray going to win that fight over there and take out the 50-player for Thunder.
Is he?
He did.
Is
now
he?
It looks like he might get run down. Taken out by Sakaguchi.
Okay, then.
So 2-on-1.
Well, Sakaguchi,
2-on-2.
Tucker's got to be
2-on-1.
Yeah, Tucker keeps his head. Crossfield does a little head check, realizes he's in a really tough spot.
Nice job by Sakaguchi.
Yeah, 2 points in a row there for Thunder, closing that gap. 2-point game, 3:15 left.
That was the point for Thunder. If they drop that one, probably game over. But now they're making it interesting here. Definitely have enough time to play a pretty legit point. Don't have to get too reckless on the aggression. They're going to have to get it going, but
I think they need to go.
it just depends on the break, right? Depends on the break.
Yeah.
Well, fast points, you shoot bodies on the break, that's going to equal fast points. But with 3:13 left, I believe, something right around there.
Yeah.
I mean, we've already seen, as we do a few times here or there at each event, 15-second point yesterday for Level against Impact. We've seen a couple 20-second points.
I like how NYX is walking past NRG and like pointing at him and doing stuff. Well, you're down by 3, dude.
Yeah.
Get your ass to the start box and
Yeah.
get ready to play.
You know what sends a real clear message? Winning.
Yeah.
Winning sends a very
It's
clear
scoreboard,
message.
bro. But hey, that's the most consistent thing NYX has is this smack talk.
Swagger.
I think they're going to. I'm interested to see if Energy does the same breakout again, and if Energy doesn't react to it.
I'm with you. I'm on.
Breaking out snake side.
Yep, 100%. Look at that. And the read, and they don't shoot cross.
And they don't shoot
Heads up.
either tower or can guy again.
But wait, both teams 5 alive on the breakout. Both teams in the snake. Carl crawling to the 50.
It's Johnny Iannucci.
And hey, look, there's your can kill.
That's my can kill. Thank you.
2 bodies now dropping off. 1 body
on 3.
NYX.
3 on 3, but NYX's Pat Crafts pushing down the Drio side.
3 on 2.
3 on 2 now.
A grenade went off on Energy Elite's D
3
side.
on 1. Only 1 player left alive for NYX. It's Caleb over here, I think, in the snake.
Yeah, and he's gonna.
Yeah.
Nir is gonna do the joust, and he's gonna get bonus spotted by Arslan, and bodies left alive on that D side with Patcraft Jr. Arslan's still alive as well too to make this a little bit closer here. Another
game.
6-4 match with because of these quick points. 6:18 left to go now.
Yeah. But I mean, hey, way to answer back. You know, they got the major that last point.
Yep.
Lost it and came out, and that was a punch blow for
And
a point.
I like John Iannucci's discipline. Crawl right to the 50, looking like, listen, coach, are they going to that can every game? Yeah. So if I beat him to the 50 snake, can I kill that guy? Yeah. Well, good. Get that. If that's a guaranteed kill every game, and then you can go bunker the guy in front of you. So if you can go get 2 guys out almost every point, why aren't you doing that every single point, right?
Yeah, Iannucci showing marked improvement. He's continued to get better. It's going to give more depth. I mean, what you just
I'm actually just saying that now across the board, just for everybody, right? I mean, I think they're illustrating really well. If you get to that 50, everyone's playing that can. You can shoot that can. There's probably going to be a guy in front of you.
Oh yeah, I mean, to beat the dead horse. That's a blatantly obvious. So we're starting to call it the bunker of death,
Trash
just
can.
because. We just keep seeing time, point after point after point, game after game after game. Guys get to this 50, and they shoot that inside can out almost every single time.
Tucker's going to illustrate for us. Oh,
2
no.
bodies walking out
Oh.
for Thunder on the breakout.
Bad breakout for Thunder. 3 on 5. They might have just lost their guy filling out to Drill side, too. They did, guys. So it's only 2.
They
Penalty.
throw a
and
minor. See,
penalty.
like, why is that a minor? Why all of a sudden is that move a minor? He slid into his spot, didn't play, and he's getting called out by people.
So I'm
They're
less
gonna throw
concerned
a
with
minor.
that, Matt. Nikki, as the like consistency, right? It's just I don't care how they call it, as long as they're doing the same on this side as they are for
Yeah,
the side.
Jason
The same
throws
for
it.
the high ref ranking teams, and the same for low ranking teams.
Why was that a minor?
Well, it's like in any sport. We talked about it yesterday. We've talked about it a lot. When you have it's like a strike zone in baseball. Some umpires have a little bit of a different strike zone. You umpired baseball, you remember how this goes. Sometimes call that outside strike a little bit more than others do. But as long as it's consistent, you can learn to play to that.
Yeah.
Same thing in football.
And
Are we
it's
calling
fair.
that holding or are we not calling that holding?
Yeah,
Same thing in basketball.
I mean-
Is that a foul or is that not a foul?
As long as it's fair.
And it's one of those things, though, too, like, it's on the pitcher. Like, that's maybe one thing that people don't realize when you're umpiring, and this is completely off topic from this paintball.
No,
but,
no,
like,
please get
But
into
it's
it.
if someone is
sports,
on it,
though.
they're
It's sports.
consistently throwing the ball in that same zone, and I mean, you're going to give them the strike. So, you know, that's just it here. If these players are consistently making the same move, but some is a penalty and some isn't, that's got to get figured out. It's got to get figured out.
Yeah, you can see there on your screen, that was a little replay. Okay, jumping in this next one here, 2-point game, New York Extreme. Energy Elite still with the lead, though, as they dive into the snake, and they're going to crawl right to the 50.
Great shot by the back center of NRG to kick
Well,
it.
Kinda lobbing it
very
over there.
important for Energy Elite to get Carl off the field, because the way he's playing, you cannot let him run the racket over here, and the
3
bodies
bodies
are dropping
walking
everywhere. As Buffton now is starting to...
4
Bowen.
bodies, 5 bodies. Nice
Yeah.
job by
Buffton.
Buffton.
Bowen.
Or is that
No, it's Bowen.
Is that Bowen?
Yeah, it's Bowen.
Energy's 5 bodies live, and Bone over there talking, making
Yeah.
sure Energy knew that it was him that shot them all.
He didn't even have to say anything. It's like when Dalton pulled off a 3-on-1. Just looked at me and I was like, mother.
Yeah, that was pretty nasty.
I'll give it to him.
So Bowen having a point here. They get shot on Carl. It takes the big weapon for New York Extreme off. That's going to allow Energy Elite to extend their lead.
Great read by the back center, the play call. because the one shot, like we talked about this yesterday, you don't have many shots from the back center, but what you do have is over the beam between the snake 3 and the snake 2 for anyone coming immediately in. And we've seen, I think twice now, NYX has lost, or Thunder, at least both teams have lost that body going through that zone because the back center just is holding that drop shot into the snake.
Ooh, Kazarawa barely gets in time here for Seattle Thunder, down by 3 as well, and under 3 minutes to go. They do
finally shoot Tucker.
Yeah, they do get a
But
shot
they
on
lose
Tucker
Kurzawa
off
out
the break.
back center, and
3
they
on
lose
3.
Patty on the Dorito side.
3 on 3. Borello gets caught. 2 on 3. Sakaguchi following up on the Drew side. One body disadvantage here for Thunder. 2 on 2. 2 on 2. Gomez and Sakaguchi.
Who shot? Did Sakaguchi shoot Borromeo on the D side? Because if he did, that was an amazing shot.
Yeah, we had to. Gomez is over here isolated. Gomez gets to the 50 snake, gonna get him in a really good position. Oh,
yeah, Uprising was tucked into those spots. They ended up trading
trade.
out. So one-on-one between Gomez and Arnold, but Arnold does not know the count. He's looking towards that D side. Gomez is going to take advantage of that. Comes all the way up, but oh my God, Arnold read it perfectly. Oh, and they traded out.
Oh,
is there a body left alive somewhere we didn't see? I don't think so.
Because that would have been 2 one-on-ones for him, right? Because he won that one-on-one earlier.
And Arnold had a pretty good day yesterday, but that was some good senses right there for Arnold to it looked for a second that he didn't know the count, but he wrapped around, realized there was no one there, and then immediately thought, okay, well, somebody's now going to be pushing up on the snake side. He came out and traded out with Gomez.
An amazing reaction by Gomez, not knowing where he is, flinching and able to squeeze off a ball and trade with him. Like, that's high level fundamentals, guys.
Yeah, so.
You say both of them, right?
Yeah,
like
well played by both.
Kept their guns up.
Well played,
and
sir.
Came around shooting. Yeah. And that's, I mean.
Well played, sir.
So they traded out. It's going to be a no point. That was a car crash point as bodies were dropping everywhere. Sakaguchi was going off in that center for a little bit.
20 seconds.
But yeah, this has been an entertaining set. I mean, the games aren't super close, but it's been a pretty good one here. But Thunder making it a little bit, almost making it a little bit more interesting, but still some work to do. New York Extreme, same thing here, down by 3. Starting to run out of time a little bit. So going to have to play a little bit more aggressive than they have been, and they've been playing pretty aggressive. So it looks like Iannucci is going to be diving into the snake instead of Carl this time. They're going to give Carl a rest. And here comes Energy Elite, going to get Bo into the snake again, and he beats Iannucci to the 50. There, Bowen on your screen. He wraps around. He's going to trade out with Iannucci.
Harris Hussein finally getting in snake, though, for New York Extreme. He can go forward now, get to that 50, and shoot that cross shot, and still catch that guy in the can if he goes forward. If he sits back there and plays defensively, obviously he's going to lose this opportunity. Josh Taylor trying to keep Cable Aleb out of the snake. Not easy to do. Cable Abel has been doing a really good job of following up Bowen in the snake all day.
And you know what I think is interesting, too? With both teams decided to have their back center shoot Dorito on the break.
Yep. Again, I'd like to see Harris Hussein get to that 50 snake and shoot that can over there. Pat Kraft now going to 50 Dorito for NYX.
Yeah, the way Energy's playing, they're kind of giving this, even though Harris is peeled off the snake, they're kind of giving this to NYX.
Harris is struggling a little bit with the snake.
That was a bad death.
Yeah, he's not the smallest snake guy. So even when he's kind of going slow and methodically like that, sometimes he gets stinked out.
Well, they might be losing Cantor as well in the center. It looks like he is. And a penalty going to be assessed. It's going to pull out Hennessy. No, Pat Kraft.
So
Energy just needs to sit on one.
Yeah, Energy just forced the concession, and it was just Josh Taylor who had to filter all the way out and get into snake 1 after the death of Harris Hussein. But it's not looking good currently here for New York Extreme and Energy Elite. Looking like they're going to go undefeated through 3 games in the prelims.
Yeah. And having Harris Hussein there as the second guy in the snake is slowing New York down a little bit. They need, in my opinion, they need to have 2 actual snake guys in there, and then maybe Harris Hussein being the 3rd guy closing through the snake.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give Harris some credit. He somehow found his way throughout the years to get to spots that, at his speed and size, you're like, there's no way. You know, I think if he would have, instead of trying to crawl in and finesse it, just would have bowling balled it and played heads up and got the information from Josh that, hey, they're only in the corner. You don't have to worry about that guy because he has virtually no shots on you down the tape unless you stand up sloppy. So just go around the tape and get down to the 50.
Yeah, and at least try to hustle that 50 and guarantee yourself that kill in that can if you can. Oh, Gomez getting caught 4-on-4 here, guys.
Yeah, they lose. Uprising loses Creek trying to get out wide snake side, and then Gomez getting shot trying to move up the center.
Mark Borello making a move from the snake corner to snake 1. Has an opportunity here to go forward.
He's got to go. He's got to go. There's no one in the snake for Uprising.
Got to play like they're down on points, right, guys?
Yeah, Kurzawa needs to get out of the back center and get behind Mark here and help push him down the snake. Mark playing inside, looking to get a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have time right now
No,
for Thunder to sit there and just shoot.
I
the
like
shot.
that for the second guy in the snake, not for the first guy, right?
Yes.
First guy in the snake goes forward, kills one guy inside, wraps, kills the guy in front of him. Second guy is looking inside while he does that, and then kills the
Kurzawa,
bunker.
I don't know that they saw that they shot the snake on the break, but Kurzawa is playing like that Uprising's in the 50.
Yeah, trying not to get shot, trying to get bunkered out.
I don't know what he's doing, man.
He's as tight as it possibly he can. He's playing like they are down to 3 bodies, and he's fighting for his life there.
Yeah, or that they're up on a few points.
Yeah.
And even then, on this field out, you don't play that way. 60 seconds, you're going to die in your spot in the back center.
He's waited so long that the can now is switched this way for the Drio side, so this might be the first time the guy goes to the 50 snake and doesn't shoot that can because that guy's finally
Wait
looking
for it,
this
wait
way.
for it, wait for it.
And we're under a minute
Wait
now.
for it.
Barolo's at the 50-yard line here for Thunder, but they need more than 1 to tie, and they're playing like they just need 1 point.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kurzawa gets into the snake and goes, Mark, you got to go. Look, I've been up here, bro. Where are you been? They do. So Uprising loses 1.
3 on 3.
And I'll tell you
3
what,
on 2.
because that can could switch, he saw Mark made it and is now played safe to protect himself.
Yeah.
If Mark has to launch, Kurzawa dies behind him.
How is he not shooting that guy?
He's going to shoot him now.
Oh, now he shoots. I was like, man,
and
it
a
looks like
penalty. No.
Oh,
No.
Barolo's still alive here.
Like
Maybe.
he's asking for it.
1-on-1.
Ooh, 1-on-1 might be giving out a coin here. Yeah, I think it is. It's a 1-on-1 here of Barolo taking on Ormrod, and I
Ormrod
think
lost him.
I think Barolo just got the shot in on him.
He did.
He did.
Good job.
So Barolo is going to get himself a red coin here from
Game there for
courtesy of
Barolo, staying
Hormesis.
alive.
Wait, what?
1-on-1.
What? The red coins.
I didn't
Red
know
and
about
gold
this.
coins.
Huh?
I didn't know about this.
Yeah, it's, well,
Where have you
let
been?
people know.
Playing paintball?
Are you not paying attention? Do you not watch
If you
the
win a
World
one-on-one in competition, courtesy of Coin Duel and Hormesis, you get a very special red and gold coin. You can only win in a one-on-one
You know what?
competition.
Now, okay, so in listening to you guys last night, I didn't hear you say that specifically, but I kept hearing, was that technically a 1-1? Was it a 1? So now I get it. Now I get it. You guys are funny. Looking.
Yeah,
Looking,
so Barolo,
smelling.
come and see me. But look, just not enough from Thunder. Uprising looking pretty good
Not
here in
enough
this game.
thunder.
They have
You
a-
know what I mean?
Well, I'm bringing the light.
Oh, you're so cute,
Oh,
Rich.
you want some thunder?
So cute.
You want some
The
lightning?
lighting. Name of the movie. Win a prize.
Rundown.
Damn, you're okay.
So now with 5 minutes, so more time left in this one because quicker points here. 7-4 is the score. 5:38 to go. So we're going to be not quite in 2-minute Xball matches yet, 'cause I think there's still maybe 15, 20 seconds left in that Thunder match.
So NRG going to lose their second body on the snake side off the break, trying to play a blind zone. They lose their first and second body quickly. So 5-on-3, big advantage for NYX.
Yeah, Will Hennessy there to the 50 snake. First time we've seen Will up here. Oh, amazing shot down the tape on Bowen. Good kill there for Will Hennessy. Will Hennessy
One
now
player left
wrapping,
alive
putting
for
pressure on.
NRG.
I think that's Austin there in the can.
And
Yeah, well,
Wow.
Arslan still alive.
You know what? He keeps doing that. I might have to take soft serve back off his next jersey.
Yeah, he
So,
doesn't look very soft serve out here today.
funny story, right? He bunkers this guy that was kind of being a douche in practice, only shoots him one time. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to call Bo, and I'm going to make sure he gets soft serve or one ball in his jersey. He's the guy who orders the jersey. Can't do it.
look, man, I'm all for giving people extra.
I'm not.
I still don't. I
disagree with that 100%.
Yeah, okay, Rich. I still don't understand how you're gonna let, like, he literally shot him all the way out the field.
Yeah, usually you hide that, right? You pretend like you're shooting for a guy in the corner and you put it on that guy. It's super intentional when there's no one left on the field and you're just shooting
Points
one
over.
guy. It's hard to miss that for sure. I think they're getting penalties. I think they're going to get penalties.
You're not
right
gonna,
now.
you can't give him a penalty. You can just warn him.
Yeah. Whatever.
Bo
New York-
comes over.
New York's
Look,
answer is,
but like-
whatever you're trying to call on us right now, no.
Yeah, so Bo Milo coming over to discuss whatever penalty was
So I
just
think the
thrown
other
on
thing
him.
is too is I was like, that ref got shot. Like, now you're starting to shoot the refs. You know, just have some class, man. Like, cut it out.
Yeah, and have a small grouping, for God's sakes, right?
That was a pretty tight grouping. I'll give
Well,
it
if
to
you
him.
hit the ref, it's not that tight a grouping.
Well, I mean, again,
So we haven't heard yet.
Sensing
whether
some
New York's getting-
frustration out of you this morning, Nick. I'm looking forward to seeing you play this afternoon.
He's got the fire. He's got the fire, Matt. He's got the fire
just-
inside of him.
again, it's just like the consistency of it. And like, look at Caro's move where he got the penalty. He was riding that line. They were going through shooting each other. So like if you're gonna let that happen, I'm gonna continue to keep going through shooting. And now I get a major. So now they make a call. Was it the right call? Absolutely, it happened. But nothing has changed from that point. Both these teams are still obliterating each other as they're walking off the field. And you're kind of setting the tone for everyone else watching, because all the other pro teams are watching that, okay, that's going to be allowed. But if now they say, oh, that can't happen anymore, and we're going to go out to play later and we're going to get calls, it's like, look, man, you
So young.
So wait, I'm
angry.
confused though, Nick, because
No.
you wanted them to pull penalties and now they are, but now you're mad that
no, they're
pulling
not.
the
They're
penalties.
not. Though. They didn't pull any penalty.
Oh, okay. But then you said, but then when the penalty looked like was thrown, you're like, oh, you
I'm
can
just
warn
saying
them.
they're letting
confused.
that
Some people
they
are very
rode the
hard to
line
make happy,
of
Matt.
shooting each other.
I understand.
I know you understand. You lost your coin.
Contrarian.
Your
You
coin.
contrarian.
Unfortunately, I can't give you that coin. You have to earn the
Or
coin,
steal. He just did. He stole it.
Took it.
Nick. Okay, well, we'll fight later on.
Here goes.
All right, arm
Energy's
wrestling?
going back.
Arm wrestling?
Energy's going back to the 3 guys breaking out snake side.
Well, they shoot. Ooh, they don't shoot him.
Yeah, they don't shoot the tower or the can again for NRG. They're doubling that up.
NYX gets the kill on Lackey going to the snake, and they get a kill on Caleb. So 2 bodies down for NRG. Here comes, who's that in the middle creeping? They lose Hennessy and the snake. Caro. So 4 bodies down for NRG. 1 guy left.
The one guy in the snake can.
What do you think's going to happen? You think he's going to get any extra put on him? Because here comes Arslan. Watch this. And look,
Not too many. That wasn't too many, was it? He
Well-
was definitely trying to shoot him, but he didn't bonus ball him, right?
Oh, Carl, they both bonus balled him. Carl had his back and gave him maybe 4 or 5.
Well, look at Arslan's
and
got heat
then
on his face.
Arslan
He's
came
on
through and
shot.
gave him an additional 4 or 5 or 6.
What's the number? How many can you give him?
Again,
I'm asking seriously. I don't really know.
I
Like,
don't
what's
know.
the number?
We can argue about it. Some people think different
Hey,
things.
look,
I
I'll
just
say, in a situation like this, you're the last one left. Okay, hey, team, maybe blow the horn. Depending on the game time situation, you're going to get stuffed on. I'll allow that. But again, watching people walk off, and if you're going to let a player sit there,
Well, let's get a look here at some of the bonus ball action that we've been seeing in this tense rivalry between Energy Elite and New York Extreme.
That's what started it right there.
So that was the beginning, and then basically any time that somebody else had a chance, so that's Carl giving it right back to him.
yeah.
and I think like when you see people do that when they're turning around with their gun and fouling people off, like that's just a lack of discipline.
Yeah. I will say this, though, just general principle.
Here we
If
go. This is it right here. This is the last one we just saw.
He shoots him twice.
Like he knows that I'm saying that, but Arslan
that
knows
was
he's
way
dead.
more than
Wait,
twice.
if you look on the back, there's 4 hits there.
Yeah, right. I'm just saying, look, Arslan knows he's being bunker and he's dead, and he continues to come through and follows him. Like when you're turning your body like this, especially if there's still people alive, like we saw in that Kara one, if you would have turned your gun forward, you maybe would have shot a guy.
But to be fair, don't start it, right? If no one does that, if you're not that first guy that puts it on the other team, because once you put it on your guys, what are you expected to do? Just take it?
Of course not.
No,
You're
with you.
supposed to get 10 times harder, right? I mean, that's the way it goes. If you let those guys just bonus ball you and you don't put it back on them,
Yeah.
So if you don't want to be in that battle, don't start that battle.
Well, and also, these aren't punches being thrown; these are paintballs being shot. It hurts a little bit, but it's not
Tiny
gonna.
bit,
It's
right?
not going to actually
It's basically
hurt
like
you.
a mosquito biting.
These are also supposed to be the toughest paintball players on planet Earth.
Yeah,
This is the
thick
pro division,
hides.
so
yeah, they got padded
I
stuff
mean,
on.
this isn't a pillow fight out
You know
here.
they're only shooting 300 feet per second, man. They have to
I
chrono.
said supposed to be, Nick.
I know. I just
So
you don't hear
I
that
mean, you
over
just
and over.
It's just so
unless
angry today.
look to me, it's if they are getting to a point where they are trying to, shooting soft spots hurt each other. What?
You guys know the score is? I'm sorry.
The score
I know
is
it's within
6.
2 or 3.
Yeah, 6-2.
8.
No, it should be 5-8, 5-7. It should be, I believe. In favor of Energy Elite. So jumping in here now as Energy Elite getting into on your screen. Equal
Carl.
field position here. Carl's now going to move up to the 50-yard line first to get there here
But
for
he doesn't shoot the
New
can,
York
guys.
Extreme.
He doesn't shoot the can. It gets shot. Very sloppy. Could have got that can kill. He should have shot the can and then traded.
An additional body did come off, though, for Energy Elite while we were watching that battle go down on the snake side. So it looks like both teams have lost
If it's
at least
Arslan
a
in the
body.
tower,
Yes.
he's wiped his chest hit. Now he's dead.
Not very well. Will Hennessy finally getting out to the snake side. Got 2 guys in front of him, unfortunately, now.
Nice shot coming across by
Yeah,
Bowen.
Bowen's now in their
good
snake.
kill.
Yeah, so it's 8-6 Energy Elite, 2-point spread. Ooh, Bowen up over the top, gets the drop in on Hennessy. And then, of course, Hennessy's going to catch a couple extra from Buffton. So Energy pulling away with this one a little bit.
Energy with 4 bodies left alive here at the end of that game.
9 points on the board right now for Energy Elite. One of the more higher scoring games that we've seen.
Yeah, lots of points.
Should be around 2 minutes-ish left to go. Houston Heat getting ready to play this next one against DMG. And San Antonio X Factor against AC Dallas, little Texas rivalry there. X Factor looked really good in their first match against DMG, and Houston Heat looked phenomenal yesterday. Only allowed, 4 points scored on them. So should be a pretty good one. Here, second day of the prelims, 2 minutes in between these points, as we could see a 10th point put on the board. First time here at this event. Rarely do you see teams get to double digits.
I mean, this layout, though, definitely a possibility.
Yeah, and that's something we've been talking about, you know, discussing everything with the players and teams leading up to this event, how many points could be played. Extractor said they played an 18-point game. These are 16 or 18 points played in one of their practices.
Wow.
Were you guys seeing the same sort of thing in your practices? Did it feel extra fast?
We didn't run matches. We ran just sets of points. So depending on who you're playing, you'd play 6 points, 7 points, because we had 4 pro teams circulating through. So
No one likes a braggart.
30 seconds.
okay. Carl
We had
Markowski in the stands.
so many pro teams that we didn't really play that many matches.
That
Southern
is
California.
Carl Markowski talking to Greg Sewers.
Yeah.
Lightning. That's the first time you've ever seen lightning in one spot.
We should get Carl up here.
Heck yeah. Talk about the podcast.
Yeah, he's got a pretty cool podcast.
So 10 seconds to go before this
Playing
10th point.
playing on podcast. It was funny because he named his podcast Playing on Podcast, but Carl was not a big cheater back in the day. And I'm like, dude, you weren't a big cheater. Why'd you call it the Playing on Podcast? He's like, I just like the name. I'm like, okay, it's catchy.
Why not? Oh, Harris Hussein getting shot early over there out of that tall cake on the rear side of the field. And Jerry Carlo taking the early walk
3
as
bodies
well.
walking off for NYX.
Battle going down here in the 50. Iannucci's going to win it. Bowen, and going to be, and then he gets clipped, though, right after that. Is now 3 bodies have walked off here for New York Extreme in this attempted
Someone
comeback.
on the east side is doing work for NYX if they're still
It's
alive.
Josh Taylor,
Josh
of course.
Taylor.
1-on-3, though, unfortunately, for Josh Taylor.
Well, he's only got 1 player shooting at him, which is the back center. So if you can get that elimination, you might be able to catch some of these energy guys sleeping, because they're playing like there's a bunch of guys left, and they have not witnessed the 4 guys from the other team walk past them into their pit. So kind of dropping the ball here.
Yeah, up by a
And-
few points, though, right? So no real emphasis on them.
Yeah, so you're going to throw the towel in. I believe that's 10 points now here for Energy Elite.
A little chirping back and forth.
Well,
And these guys really like each other.
Yeah, it's been going on. Where
Lot
did
of
this
love.
rivalry start between Energy Elite?
It started between Austin and Harris. Just back and forth chirping in practice. And Austin was kind of putting on Harris a little bit. And Harris was kind of taking it. And finally Harris was like, because it was one of our first practices, I was like, listen, all I want you to do today, don't talk smack, just play paintball. Be there, be a team dude. He kind of took it all day. And finally he was like, Rich, I've had enough, man. And I was like, oh, you're a grown-ass man. You got to do what you got to do, man. And that next point, they just went at it. Whole teams got together. I was like, oh, they're actually going to fight. I thought they were just going to yell at each other. And then it calmed down. Allen kind of came down, calmed it all down. But ever since then, there's been a little bit of a, back and forth rivalry.
I like it.
Yeah, man, it's good. If you don't have the motivation, that'll motivate you.
Well, score is 10-6 with gotta be just a few minutes left.
I think it's less than maybe a minute and 20.
Okay.
Can't be that much time. So the ship has sailed here for Extreme. It's going to be what is the spread going to be for? Not that great considering they did lose yesterday to Infamous by 3. Put up a big win on Thunder. That Mercy Rule win's going to help them on the spread. We talked about that too.
Yeah,
After
we
we
did.
watched that, we're like, okay,
Yeah.
well, they just put up a Mercy Rule win, but they like to make it interesting, so that really could help them out on the spread because they constantly go 2-2 and have to count points. Made a Sunday at the last event,
Oh,
wanting
that's
to
funny.
repeat that here.
Chosen said that the scoreboard that they have here doesn't show 10 points.
It doesn't go
It's
that
not programmed
high.
for double digits.
It doesn't
scores.
go that high.
That's funny.
They should just make a 10-point cap. You get to 10, you win.
We just got to do the old school like Wrigley Field where they actually have to hand put the numbers up. So point number 17 right now. NYX on your screen breaking out to the snake, out and around. All the way in is Hennessy.
And-
Morrow going up the middle.
NYX doing a better job of attacking the Jura side, also a better job of shooting on the snake side. Harris Hussein,
Mumbling,
not
bumbling,
sure what he
stumbling.
was doing there.
I don't know either. Sloppy.
Yeah, so 3-on-3 here. Harris stays alive, 4-on-3. NYX in good
Kraft-
position.
Kraft down, so yeah, 4-on-3. I like Carl going up the middle.
Yeah, he actually does really good when he goes up the middle.
Well, they're loading up bodies here at the 50-yard line, trying to break through Energy
Yeah,
Elite's
2-on-1.
cross, and able to do it.
Very
Looks
good
like
point.
they're going to drop the hammer on this last player. He actually gets tapped out.
And a minor being thrown.
Minor on
Energy.
On
Energy
Energy.
Elite, it looks like.
So
Start with 4.
I'll tell you, man, like I was going to say there were some shenanigans in that aftermath AC Dallas game, right? Where it was like, do you kind of write someone off the 2-point swing, and it came back to going to overtime. Now it's going to be 7-10, a minute 11 left, and they're going to play 5-on-4. So 3 points in a minute and 11 seconds, you know, and then you get to the minute threshold, you're at a major as a swing point. With the way these teams are playing.
I like that you're thinking there's still a chance. I appreciate that.
have to.
Very positive
Love your
guy, Nick
optimism.
Sloviak. And, yeah, I mean, we've seen crazy
But
stuff
this
out here.
overshooting and this attitude is terrible.
It's too
This is
much.
classless.
The refs
It's
are
too much.
inconsistent.
These guys are ridiculous.
These guys, you need some more class out here.
You guys
Nick,
need to class it up a place.
Nick,
Don't be soft.
I can't wait till you
Meredith
start
Studio,
bonus
where you
ball.
at?
I can't wait till you start bonus balling people this afternoon.
I can't wait till Nick.
Because it's not like you don't bonus ball people.
I'm just going to be
occasionally.
staring at you guys.
You bonus
up
ball
here.
people, Matt? Nick?
I've seen it.
I gave Urena a couple extra.
I've seen it.
So
Yeah,
you're
that's
up
what I'm
here
saying.
criticizing these guys? That's super hypocritical, bro.
I'm not. Look,
Super hypocritical.
I'm not. Look, the players doing it. That's one thing. It's,
Oh, they're
where
players
Where do
now?
the refs draw the line?
Wait, the refs were bonus balling people too?
God, you
Oh
guys.
my God!
I didn't
Can the
see that.
commentators bonus ball people now?
I did not see. I'm not saying it didn't happen,
Guys,
Nick.
Joe,
I
bring me
didn't
my gun.
actually
Bring
see
me
it
my
happen.
gun.
There's no point in saying anything.
Well, you should have learned that
I'm
long
going
time
to
ago.
enjoy
Nick.
my birthday Pringles.
That's what it is, Rich, is that he's so frustrated that he didn't have the nicest of birthdays yesterday.
Because he didn't get to spend it with his
Not
family.
enough people said,
Yeah.
hey, Nick, congratulations, happy birthday. So we understand. It's frustrating. When you just don't feel the love, Nick, we get it. It's
Well,
okay.
And to
You're
be
a little
fair,
bitter.
I did eat most of his cake yesterday. Like there was, like that was an amazing carrot cake, and I just couldn't stop. Sorry, guys. Sorry, Nick.
Yeah. I just think it's
I
cool
will
that
buy you a cake, Nick.
I just think it's cool
allergic
that
to
my
carrots.
son and Nick share the same birthday. I just think that's
Yeah,
pretty
George.
cool. Yeah.
Super cool.
Your son and Chad George.
Yep.
true.
Your son, Chad George, and Nick Sloviak, the bonus ball king.
And about 200 million people.
Those people don't matter.
So now looks like Energy Elite's finally going to put a line out here. New York Extreme's been ready to go for a bit.
And this is just don't blow it, right?
Yeah.
Just
If
don't
you're
blow
Energy
it.
Elite, don't get it.
Just
and
don't
don't get
blow
any
it.
more penalties. No majors, particularly.
Yeah.
If you get under
stay,
a minute,
Stay away from the bonus
a
ball.
major's
even
a
if you
swing
want to.
point.
10 seconds.
That was weird. Why did they do that?
Do what?
The ref said stop it, and they they were checking to make sure they had the right amount of bodies.
Yeah, they just have
Okay.
4.
I don't want somebody to start with 6.
Mike Bruno's not coaching, so we're good.
Oh, that happened. You didn't see Aftermath start with 6 earlier?
Oh my God. No.
They did.
I mean,
It was not intentional. So here comes New York Extreme with just a minute left to go. Loading up on the D side and in the center. And it looks like bodies are dropping again here for Energy Elite. Cantor comes off for New York Extreme, but it's looking really good for New York Extreme to put maybe one more on the board.
old Kraft dies.
Harris
One body left
Hussein is
alive.
still alive, though, trying to find this last body. He's going to run in and trade out with them. Hennessy's still alive here with Caro, so they're going to be able to put one more up here to be 10-8. I mean, we're running up on a potential record for points scored. I think it was 10-9 maybe in Vegas 2 years ago with Level. I can't remember who they played, but I think it was a 10-9. I mean, we're getting close to a record here.
Well, I mean, it's gonna be tied at least.
Listen, New York
Right.
Extreme is all about
Right.
setting records, okay? Setting records and entertaining people. That's what they're here for. They're not necessarily here to win the tournament as much as, entertaining the fans and setting records.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah, so making this one a little bit more interesting, but they are now really running out of time. 2 minutes. We did see a 15-second point yesterday. This is a fast field. Lots of bodies do drop on the break, and when bodies drop, that can equal very quick points occasionally, but still going to be a pretty tall order here for Extreme.
I'd like to personally thank Extreme and Energy for keeping us here probably until 8 o'clock now tonight, and we will be in the pitch black. These first 2 matches have been dragging on, right?
No, it just
Here's
means
an
we don't
idea.
get a lunch
When it
break.
gets- When it gets, when it
that's
gets dark
even
out,
better.
don't
Thanks,
play
Matt.
paintball.
Thanks, Matt.
The
When
what?
it gets dark, stop playing.
No, we'll be eating our Chipotle as we speak, so if you hear us muffling later, you'll know why.
Well, got a minute to go before the start of this next one. A 2-point spread. We will see the staggered attack just like we did. So, Nick, here's the 6-man start. So, Aftermath, at the end of this game, this was the first set. I mean, we're only in the second set right now, so this just happened.
This happened this morning.
This just happened. So here it is on your screen.
Oh, perfect.
So they send 6 guys out. They have no idea, and
And
they're
they
all
don't
out
even
there.
win the
They're
point.
talking. All right, you're going to go this way. Okay, cool. I got this lane. And then they have 6 guys. Now, they're up by 2 points at this time. So they squandered the lead and ended up becoming tied, and then ended up going into an overtime. So they ended up winning it, but it wasn't a good look here to start with 6.
You think two guys would get to the same bunker and be like, what are we doing here?
Question. when that happened, what happened on the field?
They immediately stopped the game,
Referee call stopped it.
So that's changed.
and they gave him the point.
So that is the change in the rules, because in the past, it was as soon as they caught it, it would be a penalty. You lose
Two players,
guys,
right? So it's
but-
4 on 5.
Right, but if you got 20% extra firepower
On
and
the
you
break.
ended up shooting somebody,
Advantage.
yeah, and that was Mike Bruno's reasoning for doing that in the past. I'll never.
Mathematically speaking,
He didn't
it just
tell
makes
me.
sense.
I'll say this: I wasn't mindful, but when I came to the box on the outside, I looked and I was like,
That's a lot of guys.
and I knew, and the horn went off, and I was like, "Fuck!" It was, it was 2017.
Yeah, I was trying to remember when it was. I felt like I was saying, oh, that's been 4 or 5 years since that's actually happened.
For us, 2017 for sure. I remember that. And I was
The
like,
Gunfighters did it in 10-man down in San Diego tournament.
Okay.
They had 11 guys. Eric Cranton playing as Dynasty. Eric Cranton was running back and forth. Rich, is there 11 guys? I'm like, I have no idea how many, but there's 11. Finally, yep, they had 11 dudes. One guy was supposed to sit, decided not
easier to hide the 11th guy
On 10-man, for
on
sure.
10-man.
On a Woods ball game.
Yeah, like I'm out. You know what? I bet you that happens all the time. Just no one ever knew.
Seconds.
Because there's also plenty of reinsertions in those games as well.
It's just 10%.
That's a story for another time as we enter the 19th point of this second set here.
The 19th
Energy
is
on
always
your
my favorite
screen.
point, too.
Off the break shot by Harris on the break. Does he shoot anybody?
And
Nope.
NYX lets him take that tower on the Dorito side, Snake side again.
So that's like twice that Harris has just tried to make this big move up and around and thrown his body away.
Well,
Cantor,
it's the staggered attack. He's drawing the guns, so that it allows the penetration in the center. And they did have some penetration. How here comes Carl. He's past the 50. He's going to wrap around and then dive across. Might have got clipped there. No, he didn't. But it looks like Will Hennessy's still alive. So they have 10 seconds to cut through the center. And there goes.
Oh, they're putting it on.
Carl.
Oh.
Yeah, Carl gets almost dropped to the ground, but
That dude put it on, Jerry.
that's what happens when you run through looking the wrong way.
now that's going to do it. Final score: Energy Elite taking down their rivals here, New York Extreme, 10-8 in a bonus ball-filled match with some of the most amount of points we've ever seen.
Yeah.
So
Facebook and YouTube. Go to Ghost.
Yeah, that was,
So-
man, what a game.
So thank you guys for joining us here on your social media. Head on over to GoSports.com to watch the rest of this tournament. It's been crazy. It's going to continue to be crazy. 2021 NXL Windy City Major. I'm Matty Marshall here, Nick Soviak, Rich Tufford. We will be right back.
And these
It is midway through the 2021 NXL season, and the pro teams are at a crossroads. Next on everyone's hit list, the NXL Windy City Major.
There we go. That's what it's all about, boys. Let's go. Let's do it for each other.
For the current 4 teams at the top, Edmonton Impact, Russian Legion, Los Angeles Infamous, and Houston Heat, this is the chance to solidify their status during the push to the series title and continue to stay favorites for the coveted World Cup trophy.
That's how we put the work on.
So far in 2021, Edmonton Impact has again been the pinnacle of roster strength and consistency, winning the first event and taking second at the Mid-Atlantic Open. But it was Houston Heat who rose to the occasion to take the victory at the last event after a frustrating first tournament where the 3-time world champs missed Sunday in Florida for the first time in years.
They have not seen the complete package here yet.
Kick boost.
Russian Legion has found a way to stay relevant, even though they are running a tight 6-man roster that still isn't at full pre-pandemic power. Infamous has been exhibiting brutal but refined aggression and will continue to be a favorite moving forward. But no one should sleep on the scrappy squads of AC Diesel and Seattle Thunder, who are earning respect this year and could factor into the finals mix at the last events of the NXL Pro season. And our defending world champs, Dynasty, showed grit and gumption with their injury-depleted roster, still managing a third-place finish in Philly. San Diego Aftermath and Tampa Bay Damage could be in the hunt on Sunday as well. Aftermath has only improved this year, but Damage, after taking third in Florida, got knocked out in the last event on Saturday. We can't forget about San Antonio X Factor, who should be hungry to win after taking a disappointing 7th and 9th place. Will the best teams continue to shine, or will a new team rise up and make history? Paintball at its highest level has never been this competitive, with this many teams with a chance to win an event.